officially welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man. Damn, getting nervous. First podcast ever.
Oh, is it your first? I actually didn't ask.
Yeah,
No,
first time talking. Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
excited to
definitely.
hear your story, I guess. Yeah, I didn't do as much research into you, admittedly, like looking for podcasts or anything.
Yeah. No worries, man.
But yeah, right on. I mean, we can just jump into it, but I guess for anyone who doesn't know who you are, do you want to give yourself like a quick intro, like where
Sure.
you're from, all that good stuff?
Yeah. I'm Kuura. I just turned 24 a couple days ago, and yeah, I'm a skier from Finland.
Great intro, man.
Yeah,
Dude, happy belated birthday. What'd you do for it?
thank you. Uh, just chilled at home because it was on the 25th of December, so it's kind of like
Or-
people are still celebrating Christmas. I mean, in Finland, the main day for Christmas is on the 24th, but it's still kind of like people are at their homes. So I've always had like a chiller uh, birthday just with my family and like closest friends. So nothing
Yeah,
much.
that's kind of crazy. Is your middle name like Jesus or something?
Nah. But yeah, I did. My birthday's 2,000 years to the date after Jesus. So I don't know. Coincidence?
Dude, second coming or what?
Yeah,
Hell yeah. What a claim.
yeah. Just a small claim.
So wait, is it cool or kind of shitty to have your birthday on the 25th? I'm thinking of like pros and cons. Like, I guess that you double down on ski gear as gifts, but
Yeah. Well, I've always thought of it as pretty cool. Like when I was younger, it kind of sucked that like no one wanted to come to my birthday party, or I didn't even invite people because I knew they were like just spending time at home, celebrating Christmas. But
yeah.
it was nice at least now because I don't see my family that often. So if I would have my birthday like some like other day, I probably wouldn't be around my like closest ones. So it's pretty nice this way. And I do get double gifts because it's not on the same day. We give Christmas presents on the 24th. So I'm
Hell
not losing anything.
yeah, that's not too bad. Plus, I feel like as you grow up, all your friends kind of like come home for the holidays.
Yeah,
So at
exactly.
least there is a crew there. And like the 25th at night, I don't know. I feel there's not. Like I've gone to clubs on the 25th at night
Oh,
just because
in
no one's working
Finland,
on the 26th.
yeah, in Finland we do party on the 26th more than the
Mm.
25th. The 25th is usually pretty like just spending time with your family at home. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. I like it that way. And then the New Year's Eve is like people go crazy.
Yeah. Wait, what day is today? December 29th?
29th, yeah.
Think so, right? What are your New
Yeah.
Year plans? Are you staying? I guess you're in Helsinki, like staying there.
Now I'm actually gonna miss out on New Year's because I just flew today from my parents' house to Helsinki to my own place, and I'm leaving tomorrow. We're flying with to Austria with the team because there's a World Cup in Klagenfurt, I think. So
Very
we're like,
nice.
yeah, we have practice on the first for the World Cup, so it's not gonna be super crazy for us. I think they have something planned for like a New Year's Eve party, but it's not gonna be anything crazy because everyone's gonna be skiing the big air the next day.
Wow, kind of a dick move. to
Yeah,
like,
I know, right?
Plus, it's not like they put you in Innsbruck. They put you where? In like what airport do you even fly into?
We fly to Munich, I think, and then
Right.
we drive from there with a
Wow.
rental car, I think. But I have no clue where Floggenfurt even is. I should probably look it up because I'm going there tomorrow. But
Beats me. I could
yeah,
Google map it. Well, let's see. How do you spell Flaggenfurt?
I think it's Flagenfurt, maybe.
Oh, Klagenfurt with a K?
No, no, F.
Really? That's not even coming up.
No, is that even a place? Let me check. Klagenfurt. Or is it Klagen? Yeah, I think it's Klagenfurt. Shit. My
Let's
bad.
see. Klagenfurt.
No, it's Klagenfurt. Yeah, you're right.
And you're flying. Okay, so Klagenfurt is south central Austria,
Okay.
which is an insanely long drive from Munich.
Wait, let me check because I'm like so out of it right now. I haven't like given.
It's
Yeah,
on
we're
the
flying.
border with Slovenia. Like you,
Damn. Yeah, but we are flying to Munich. I just double
nice.
checked. But yeah,
That's gonna be a good bonding time with the team.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, what's the energy when you have like the World Cup coming up the next day and everyone's flying in? Do you all get beers and kind of hang out, especially for New Year's? Like, do you think people would turn up, or is it more like everyone's just in super kind of like sports mode? Like, let's not
Ooh,
throw
that's
it.
gonna be that's a tough question because I haven't spent the New Year's Eve on a comp before, so I really don't know if people are gonna be up for long that night before the practice starts. But yeah, I really don't know. Usually it's pretty chill with comps because we just arrive in the evening and like we don't see anyone pretty much before the practice starts. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how
Sick.
people. Yeah,
Dude, you got
maybe.
it. Yeah.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe people are celebrating New Year's Eve like after the comp or something. But then again, we do have another World Cup like straight after it, so I don't know. We might just do it next year.
That's nuts. Yeah, just I
Do
mean,
it double
skip
New
this
Year's
one.
Eve next year.
Yeah, double down on the mayhem.
Yeah, new try.
You could incite it, just be the voice of reason in the crew. Like I was listening to the Mike Deschno podcast that Ethan did and Iberg did for the old heads and new heads,
Yeah,
just talking about like, oh, it was the night before X Games and like whoever was getting arrested or like Tanner or someone, then I was like, I decided to like jump in and get arrested. And then like Dumont was already in jail or something like that. I forget if these were the exact names. I hope I'm not misquoting them.
yeah, yeah,
But then they all like on 1 hour of sleep, just completely hungover, just went to X Games the next day and like won.
yeah. Put down, down.
I don't
Yeah,
think they probably won with like, switch Cork sevens like much better
yeah,
tricks than you guys are probably gonna have to do on a big air, but
yeah. But I mean, they skied like still one of my favorite people to ever ski. So they definitely did something right. Maybe I should try that actually, or maybe not.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I don't know how it works nowadays, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I go out, the next day is like not even physically, but just like I feel so down, and I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I could ski a comp the next day, if I would do that ever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you gotta manage your supplies correctly. Or
yeah,
like just drink water. Or, there's some formula. Some chemist,
yeah,
party chemist out there probably has it dialed, but
yeah. Maybe I should ask Simon or one of those guys who did it.
dude, you can buy these kits that are like all these like vitamins and different supplements you can take. They're called like the post-rave kits, and you just
No
take them
way.
the next day, and apparently you feel like immaculate and you can do anything. I have
Damn.
yet to try. Like I feel it's more of an old person thing, and I'm not there yet, but
Yeah, I feel like that sounds so American too, to
oh,
me.
for
I
sure,
feel like
yeah.
I've never seen that in Europe.
No, no, in Europe, you just, it's whatever, like
Yeah,
US people are so uptight about like, or not uptight, it's just like drinking is a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if you're having a dinner, hey, does anyone want some wine? They're like, oh, like I'm not drinking.
yeah,
I feel like in a lot of parts of Europe where you're growing up, it's like glass of wine with dinner does not
yeah,
constitute drinking. We're not getting hammered. It's just like to accompany the meal and happens to have some
yeah.
alcohol. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And like in France, I think parents can give wine to their like teenagers during
oh,
a
dude, Switzerland.
family dinner too. Like it's so chill.
In Switzerland, the legal age for drinking is 16. So it's for cider, beer, and wine, 16.
Yeah.
And clubs are also 16 where you can get these, like warehouse
What?
clubs, like raves. So when I was 14, so I grew up in Geneva in Switzerland, we all had fakes to like go to the club and like do all this stuff. And then 6 years later, I do an exchange program in the US
Yeah.
and I'm 20. And I
Still old enough to drink.
yeah, and I was like, damn it, I'm gonna get ID'd and like not be able to
Yeah.
have a beer. Like that's insane. So
Yeah.
I ended up using the same fake ID that I was using when I was 14, like again, 6 years later in the US. It
No.
was so ridiculous and
Yeah.
backwards.
And you can drive a car when you're 16, right? In the
Probably when you're
States.
15, you can get a permit, I would think.
That's crazy to
You
me.
drive with an
Like,
adult. I mean, I don't
yeah.
know, but I think so. I mean, in
Yeah.
Switzerland, you can get the like a moped or those like little fake cars at 14
Mm.
with no license.
Damn, holy shit. Yeah, you can get a moped at when you're 16 in Finland, but it seems so crazy to me that people can drive cars for years before they're allowed to touch a drink.
Yeah, right? You'd think you'd want
Yeah.
to understand being drunk before being allowed to drive around a ton, like
Yeah.
literally a meter away from other human beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like driving a car is way more adult behavior than like getting drunk. But it might just be me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, agree to agree. That makes two on this call at least.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's 20 or 21 years old when you can buy hard liquors in Finland. But it's 18 for like anything.
Oh, really? Is it kind of like
Um,
Sweden where it's super governed by the state or something?
Not sure. I think like you can get anything below 20% alcohol when you're 18, but like anything over that, you have to be 20 or 21. Pretty sure.
Oh,
But I
interesting.
could be really wrong here too. So,
Dude,
don't
I'm stoked to see Finnish culture. Like, what does Finnish après ski look like? Is that a thing?
finish what?
Après ski?
Oh, it's I feel like it's not even a thing compared to like Austria or I don't know. At least where I grew up, there was like an after ski bistro thing, but like no one was there if it wasn't the closing day or something like that. It was like just the I don't know, just a resort without people just went there to ski and eat pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty yeah. I think you'll find it pretty lame compared to the Austrian scene.
I mean, not to be that guy, but I don't think the après ski in Austria is all that. I mean, you've seen here, right? It's all those huts that look like
Yeah,
merry-go-rounds, and it's
yeah.
just like the worst music you've ever heard. Like
I've
it's
never I've never even actually like properly done that ever, I don't think.
no, I mean it's funny culturally if you look at the ski scene in Austria, from my experience at least, it seemed like a lot more like your tourists were much more like German or Dutch people, and like that's
Yeah.
much more kind of Germanic culture than let's say France, where kind of everyone's British.
Yeah,
So
true.
what you get here is like kind of that Germanic, like folklore type music, which is really fun for a minute. But
Yeah,
like when I ski down from the hill every day, I just hear the same music blasting and blasting. I'm like, how do you not like lose your shit working in this
yeah,
town? Like that's got to be the worst job in Austria.
yeah,
And there's no like proper party. Whereas like in France, let's say Morzine, for example, or Evoria, which is like my home mountain kind of grown up.
mm,
Après ski there is amazing. I mean, it's like house music, techno, like everyone's getting hammered. It feels like an actual rave just in ski boots, like a lot of the time. And you
well,
get
that's
all these
nice to
larger
meet.
scale parties there. Like there's a reason Tomorrowland, like the winter edition was in France. It's because like those people know how to party on the hill correctly. Like Chamonix Unlimited, go to Valto, like the amount of parties there. Valto has a club called the Malaysia. So
Yeah,
Valtons, dude, it's hilarious. If you go there, it's a crepe stand, and Valto is like has no cars, right? It's or some, but it's like a lot of
yeah,
slopes through the town kind of vibe.
yeah,
There's this one crepe stand flipping crepes all day. And then at night, there will be 100-person line going into what looks like the backdoor entrance of this tiny, 8 square meter crepe stand. It's
yeah.
actually a staircase that goes down below the slope, because it's all on a slope as well, into
Yeah.
this huge underground club, like
No way.
easy, like 1,000-person capacity, massive. And it's called the Malaysia, if you're ever there. It's a really
Damn.
fun spot. And at night, like the whole slope is vibrating from the
No
base
way.
of the club underneath. Like you can feel it on your feet. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. And people ski down after.
Well, that's in the town, but there's this
Okay.
bar that's called the 360 bar. And like
Yeah.
Valtours has a lot of Dutch tourists, or the Footy Douce on the other side. And those are
Yeah.
both like, really far up the mountain. 360 bar closes at like 6 p.m., where the slopes close at 4. And it's
Yeah.
pitch dark out by the time it closes, like most of the winter. So you just have this mass exodus of people who have to ski probably like at least a kilometer of slope, just hammered and completely in the dark. So you got
Yeah.
flashlights, like you take
What
the
could go
wrong turn.
wrong there?
Dude, it's so bad. You take the wrong turn, you end up at the bottom of the valley and just straight up miss the town, but you can see it in the distance and it's a pretty straight shot and it's a blue slope. So it's not like the hardest to get to, but it's the funniest scene. Like I was there a few weeks before New Year's, like years ago, and my friend we were the last to leave, and he actually got his snowboard stolen, or not
No
stolen,
way.
but, like someone accidentally took his.
Oh,
We
for sure.
realized because he was the last guy there, and there was one board left. He's like, "I'm
Yeah.
taking this, whatever. It's a
Yeah.
rental." But his feet didn't fit in the bindings, so he couldn't strap the board on. So we had to sit on the board and just sled down on a snowboard like this whole slope over to the mountain. Well, I was definitely on video, like
Yeah. Yeah.
recording him.
Full on coffin slid the whole mountain down.
Oh yeah, and it's like he would eat shit and be like have to run and like dive on the board so it wouldn't slide away.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
Damn.
no, it's a whole different culture there,
Oh yeah. So France is the place to be if you
in my
go.
opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
Portugal is also like the opera spot here, but that's
Mm.
just it's a weird vibe. It feels like very tailored to like tourists who think this is like what the energy is.
Yeah. Oh, true. True. Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite opera spot or anything that you've ever hit, or is that not too much your vibe?
Not, not really. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really done that ever that much. Yeah. I feel like we used to just ski with a bunch of homies and then just like go to someone's place after or like
Yeah.
just chill there or whatever. It's never been like a big thing and I don't know if it's just me or if it's just not a big thing in Finland in general. But yeah, I'm not. Maybe I'm just maybe I just have to experience it to get hooked.
Yeah, dude, just move to France for a season. You'll
Yeah.
come back like ripping cigarettes, drinking red wine every night. Like,
Damn. Yeah,
So, dude,
one day, one day.
you mentioned like just kind of the Finnish homies like at home. I guess like bring me
Yeah.
back. Like, where did you start skiing? Like, how did that all start for you? What are your earliest memories on hill?
Yeah, so I'm from this super small town far north of Finland called Ivalo, and
Mhm.
there's like the local ski resort, which is pretty big for how far away the whole place is from anything in Finland, called Ski Saarisjärvi. And I used to ski with, where I started out snowboarding with my bigger brother and our neighbor, which was the same age as my brother. So they both were like 3 years older than me. So I was always like catching up to them, and like my biggest goal when I switched to skiing, my biggest goal for years was just to like get better than my brother, pretty much. I think that was my like main goal. I liked skiing, but I was like more competitive to get better than my brother in a way than to learn tricks for like comps or whatever. But that was my biggest goal. I don't know if that's happened. He's never told me that, but yeah, maybe one day we'll do a comp together or something. I don't know. He doesn't ski that much anymore, but yeah, we used to ski there until I was 15, when I like there's this free ski academy in Ruka, which is like the most famous park place in Finland, pretty much. I don't know if you know the place, but yeah, I went there for high school and the academy for like 4 years. And yeah, spent like the next 6 years there probably, and then just like got a place from Helsinki. But I spend most of my time in Ruka when I get the chance to be in Finland, pretty much. But yeah, that was like pretty short, but that's my route to here.
Sick. So, I guess like growing up in that home resort, what was your process of figuring out that you wanted to go to a dedicated ski school? Because I
Mm,
assume there's some sort of like application process or vetting or
yeah,
something to get in, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of kids are gunning for it.
yeah. Well, it was more like I used to watch like Tom Wallish and Simon Dumont and people like that, and like Finnish. The sickest Finnish skiers were skiing in Ruka, so I knew like I was probably like 11 years old or something when I realized I wanted to go to Ruka, and then I started searching for like how to get there, and like when should I move there, and I like found out about the whole academy thing, or like alpine school thing. So I pretty much knew when I was like 11, 12 years old that I would like I'm gonna be there after I after elementary school, and I stuck with that plan pretty much. But yeah, there was like an application process, and we had to go to Ruka for like a weekend or something, and
Mhm.
they had like physical tests and ski tests and like a bunch of different things. But I'm pretty sure they took everyone into the academy that applied, but it was more like just to know if you're about it, pretty much, I'd
Yeah,
say.
kind of like what your energy is towards skiing.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
But we had a
crazy.
good, yeah, we had a good crew that year, so everyone got in, luckily.
Hell yeah. Any names that anyone would know kind of in ski world who are still shredding or putting out content or comps or whatever?
From my year,
Yeah, or I guess like in your that you met at that school.
oh yeah. From my year, people, most of the people probably know Joona Sipola, part of the foray
Mhm.
crew. He was there at the same time, and Jon Sallinen was there as well. He's a pipe skier nowadays, but such a good skier that he could for sure do like slopestyle and big air still if he just wanted to. And yeah, a lot of the older guys were, well, Elias Surya was there still he's 2 years older than me. So he was there when I got in, and I definitely was like affected by his skiing a lot because I looked up to like the older guys, especially like every day. And Tuukka Peri was there, who's he doesn't ski that much anymore, but he used to make the first foray movies, and he was like such a dope skier himself, and he still is, but he hasn't been that active on the past years. But yeah, there's so many people, and the like Quiche crew guys weren't in the academy anymore when I got in, but they were still around, like skiing in Kuura, and like it was just the place to be if you wanted to actually like ski all day, every day.
Nice. That's awesome. So like what's the process for molding like talent in the academy? Do they have coaches and like drills that you run, or like what's kind of the inside scoop on just getting molded into a pro skier pretty much?
Um, it's changed a lot since I was there. It's become more uh professional in a way. Like I mean, it was really good when I got there, and it was like super important for me as a skier to be in that, because I wasn't like, when I was like under 15, I was only skiing and like just like having fun with my friends, and I still did that in the slopes, but they also made us work out a lot, and it was like super good for, at least for me. I felt the change instantly when I started like getting stronger, that like skiing was so much easier for me,
Mhm.
at least. And like um then they got this when I was on my second year in the academy, they got like this actual like really good physical coach, Jonathan, and he helped me out a ton. Like he actually, because the first year was kind of like, because it's an alpine school and most of the people who go there are alpine skiers, and like we had our like skiing coaches, but like all of the gym stuff was like done by the alpine coaches, and it's so different to our sport. So it was super good that Jonathan came into the group, and like he actually understood our sport like pretty well. And yeah, still like good friends with that guy, and like he's helped me out a ton. But it was like skiing more every day than I used to. We would like we had a morning practice every morning, and then doing school for a few hours, and then we all went skiing at around three to four. Because like Ruka's the best at night, so at, like they close at 7 p.m. So we would go to the slopes at like three or four, and ski all the way to 7. So it was like the best time to ski. Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Sick. So like physical conditioning for freestyle and then just
Mm,
ripping every day. So
yeah.
like what's the practice like? Do they give you coaches, and like is everyone also kind of like equal level, or is everyone, do you have like, hey, trick of the day, like send it boys?
Nah, nah. It was just like skiing. Um, skiing was pretty free always for us. Like we would just go there, and the coach would be there, but it would be more like we decided what to do, and like even now with the national team, I mean the same guys who coached me in the academy are now the national team coaches. So I've been like, it's still the same. Like they film a lot, which is great because it's so hard to get someone to film you,
Yeah.
like when you're skiing. But it's just like I've always, especially now, I feel like I don't need that much coaching like on a day-to-day basis, or it's more like just talking about skiing with like my friends, and it's like the coaches are there if I ever need them, and like not trying to like undermine their like how they affect me as a skier, but it's more like just hanging around and
Yeah.
seeing what happens on the slopes. Pretty much, it's always been, I feel like Finnish skiing culture is pretty creative, and like that's like Finland's strength in a way in skiing. And it could be that like it's not that like scheduled, or like I would never want to do like every day just like, okay, we're learning like this trick now together. It's more like just skiing.
Right on. Like, how's the energy with the cohort? Is everyone like super serious, or are you kind of like going into the woods to smoke darts and like rip beers with kids? You know, like, you
It
put
was
me in
like,
high school into ski school, like I'll just be getting
yeah,
messed up on the
it
hill.
was definitely like, because I moved out of my parents' place when I was 15, and like
Mhm.
so did everyone else who came to the academy. So it's like it's always a risk sending kids
Yeah,
like
free for all.
somewhere, and like I live by myself, and like yeah, it's for sure a risk, and sometimes like the young guys or girls can't really handle it that well. And it was like in the fall when the school started, but the slopes were still closed. It got kind of rough even, or like we did party a lot, but then like when the when the slopes opened, and like a month after we went there for the season, it was like everyone cared more about skiing than like getting hammered, and it was like it got more serious in a way, or in a good way,
Yeah.
that I just like wanted to push my skiing more and more instead of like hanging out in parties and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely, it could have gone to another direction for sure. But
Well, I was going to say, if you want to see another direction, I won't name my high school, but I went to a ski school in the Alps for my senior year of high school.
yeah,
And we did not have the same energy, man. It was like the second we could go on hill, we were like, "Oh, the adults are gone. Like, great! Everyone get as fucked up as humanly possible, like quick." And
yeah,
people would get like people would hotbox gondolas and get expelled. Like people
yeah,
reporting Ritalin everywhere. It was just a complete shit show.
yeah.
A to Z.
Damn. Yeah, we kept ourselves busy in like other ways. I guess everyone was always filming for an edit or something, so we were
Mhm.
always kind of like locked in when we were like skiing together. So I think that was the biggest reason it didn't go the other way. But yeah, or like yeah, we did party when we were younger, and like we still do sometimes. But it's just like when you're skiing every day, it's like you don't want to miss on that. I feel like
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
yeah,
wish I had it that way. What could have been? Um, Sick. So, does the school also help you out with kind of like the professional kind of career aspects of skiing? Like, do they sign you up for comps, link you up with sponsors, or kind of help you with any of that side of kind of like the more admin part of the sport?
yeah, yeah. We did a lot of different camps when we were in the academy, and like we did some Europa Cups and like FIS comps when we were in the academy, and like uh they don't really help with the sponsors or anything like that. But my coach Jussi was like, I used to go to his place like at 8 p.m. in the night or like in the evening, and he would help me out do like a CV for a company, and like because he used to be a pro skier as well. He was in the Nitwits crew, so he knew a lot more about that stuff than I did, and he just helped me out on like in his own time, which was like I'm super grateful for him. Like he didn't need to do that, but like you, I feel like you got help if you just asked for it. Like in anything, there it was like super nice, and I never felt like I was a 15-year-old kid like living by myself in a way, because like the coaches kind of became the not parents, but like they took care of us in a way.
That's sick that they help you out like that. But I'm
Yeah.
also wondering, like, what is the school's goal? Like, I'm trying to like visualize the school and like how do they define success for a student being having
Yeah.
a ski program? Like, do they need people to go pro or what
I,
does that?
I feel like the number one goal of the academy is to make like young people ready for the national team. But
Mhm.
it's also because it's way bigger now, and they have snowboarders now in the school, and like they have way more skiers there, and not everyone wants to do competition skiing, and like they want to film, or they've always had people in there who are not that interested in like only competition skiing, or maybe they're just like they want to film and just have fun. So it
Mhm.
was like they they supported that for sure, but I feel like the number one goal is competitions for the academy, which is like some people left before like graduating because they just felt like it wasn't the right place for them. But I feel like there's a lot of people still in the academy who like film street or like do anything outside competition. So it's like not only for like comp kids, but for me it was like when I got out of the academy, I was like straight into the national team, and like that got me here pretty much. So it
Okay.
worked out pretty well for me because I never had to be on my own in a way. I always had like a coach or someone who who helped me out along the way.
Yeah, that's pretty sick that that worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
pick
course.
up yourself. Um, but yeah, it's cool. I guess they like kind of give all these kids these technical abilities on skiing and kind of an interest in the space. And then now I was wondering like what the success would look like being the national team. But it's interesting to see how like people who have like kind of that set skills for skiing and aren't gonna, be winning World Cups or anything, like
Yeah,
what they're able to do within the space and kind of like leverage their other strengths to create and kind
yeah,
of give some breathing room to the sport outside of the competition scene. It's
yeah.
really like
Oh yeah, definitely. And I feel like Ruka's like ski scene is like it has such a wide range of skiers outside the competition scene who are like the best skiers ever at something, and like it's so inspiring to see someone who never does any comps but can do like so many things no one else can do, and it's like so many underground or like not recognized people and Ruka just skiing every day. And like you can't really find these people if you're not in Ruka and like ask someone like who's that dude skiing there? Like he's amazing.
Dude, I don't know. I've dug around on the gram, like here and there, and it's,
Something?
huh?
You found something? I
Yeah, I
can,
mean, honestly, it's hard to remember everyone's names because since they're
yeah,
Finnish names, like I can't register like unless they're pretty
yeah,
close to like French names or like Archo or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
can link you some profiles from Ruka. There's a lot of hidden gems there for
Give
sure.
me the hidden gems all
Yeah.
day. Under 1,000 followers on Instagram, if they even
Oh,
post. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Or
for
just
sure.
story clips. Though that's when you know they're really good.
Yeah, true, true. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot, man, and it's like, yeah, still like every time I go to Ruka, it's like so inspiring to just watch people ski differently because they're not thinking about like if something they're doing is gonna score high or whatever. It's like just for their own fun, and they're like challenging themselves in like a different way.
Yeah, for sure. Because I bet if you ski Ruka, like where do you live? What does your life look like outside of skiing in Ruka? Is it just really mellow northern Finnish life, pretty much?
Yeah,
Is there a
yeah, I'd say
city
so.
nearby or
It's
something?
like it's like Ruka is a like a ski village, which is smaller, and then it's like 25 kilometers to Kuusamo, which is the bigger city. It's not
Mm.
like anything huge, but like most people live there. And when I was in the academy, I used to live in Kuusamo and not Ruka, but people just would go to the slopes by like cars or buses or whatever. But yeah, like Ruka is becoming like more and more like a bigger ski village. Like there's a lot of hotels and restaurants and stores, but like most people live in Kuusamo. But there are some people who live like right under the park, which is like the best place to be. They're like it used to be like this hotel chain with like separate rooms for everyone, but it was like I don't know if the well anyway, I don't know the reason, but they sold them as rental apartments. People would buy those, and now there's a lot of people living like right under the park. Like you can if you open your window or your door, you can see people ski the like bottom of the park, which is like the best place to be.
Dude, that's so sick. I can picture it right now. Just like, hey, honey, it looks like there's a storm outside. Look
Yeah,
outside. Just some kid ripping a dub 14 into the wind or something.
yeah,
No goggles.
yeah. And I always do it with my friend who lives there, like right under the park. If I'm like wondering if it's icy or not, I just FaceTime my friend and he opens the door and I can hear like people carving on the snow, so I know if it's like super icy or if I should go up there. But it's like
That's insane.
compared to Austria, like you can you can ski like 3 times a day because it's like it takes you 5 minutes to get to the park. I feel like that's like the one of the nicest things compared to like glaciers because it's if you go to Stubai, it's like a day trip and it takes you like an hour and a half to get up there and the same like back home.
Right,
But
yeah.
like
It's a 30-minute drive, but it's like three gondolas to get to
yeah,
the park. And then the lift that you have to go to the bottom to, that's the longest line now that they
yeah,
closed up the chairlift. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was just in Ruka before going to my parents' place for the holidays, and I was like, I skied 2 or 3 times a day, like shorter periods. But it was like the hardest thing in Ruka is to like spend a day not skiing because it's so like it's right there. It's so easy to just put your skis
Yeah.
on, like ski all day.
I mean, to be fair, Innsbruck has that with Nordkette. It's five
Oh yeah,
minutes. I can see it. Like I go to my
yeah,
balcony and I see Pachakofel and Nordkette, and you just pick which
yeah.
one has the best weather, and you just go to that. It's like,
That's true. That's true. I feel like Nordcat, is the closest thing to Ruka because it's like
Yeah.
you get so many laps a day there because it's like a
It's a
short,
gym.
yeah, yeah, it's a short like chairlift up, and then like you just ski all day. And when it's a chairlift, you don't get tired either because you're like ski.
Underrated for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. It's like you can ski so much more, and like, yeah, it's just so nice to like ski for a minute and then like sit for a while and then go back again. And
Yeah,
in
that
Northhead, so nice to like you get to see everyone ski the park too because it's like right next to it. It's kind of blocked where on the bottom.
yeah, but you get a good view most of the time. And then if you want to go rip some beers, like it's the whole view of the city.
Yeah.
Like Kofel, it's kind of funny you mentioned that because I guess it kind of dictates the culture. Like I feel when people go to Nordketa, everyone's kind of like grinding, like laps on laps on laps. Whereas
Yeah.
you go to Patrickofel, more than half of the people there are just sitting at the top, like ripping beers,
Yeah.
or smoking
Yeah.
donuts, just watching the
Yeah.
sun. You know?
Yeah, I've only spent one day in Patrickhoffel or Nordkette, or like couple days in Nordkette, but
Mhm.
only one day in Patrickhoffel, and it was like, yeah, just that what you said. Like
It's
half
a
of the people
special
were just
place.
there vibing and like drinking beers, and yeah, it's a different vibe for sure.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
I feel like when I go to Ruka, everyone's there to ski. Like no one's really like people are chilling there, but no one's like sitting anywhere. Maybe because it's colder, but
Oh, it's funny you say that because when I try to describe like ski culture difference between the US and Europe, like one of the
mm,
main points that I always bring up first is like when you go to a park anywhere in the US, and I'm sure there are exceptions out there, but generally you're just out there like grinding. Like you go to Park
yeah,
City, you just hit Three Kings and you grind, grind, grind. And there's
yeah,
nowhere to chill, you know? Like you're either maybe ripping beers in the parking lot after skiing, if that, but like it's rare, or you're
yeah,
going off to the woods to like smoke whatever joint with whatever people. And it's not like it doesn't
yeah,
feel like a very zen experience. And then everyone just kind of drives home to like Salt Lake or like wherever to
yeah,
Heber City. And
yeah. True.
it's like in Europe, I don't know a single park that doesn't have like a park cabin where there's a grill and music
Yeah,
and people are posted up and you're watching your friends hit the jump and
yeah,
like it's people chill a lot more here and kind of
yeah. Oh, definitely. And in like Absolute Park, there's this chill house, and people are just like looking at the rail section there, and it's like, yeah. I feel like Ruka's closer to like Park City in that way. Or like in the spring, people are like chilling more and just like enjoying the like sun. But it's just like so dark and cold in the winter. Maybe that's it. Or
yeah, it's probably
I've
not.
always enjoyed that a lot. Just like every time I go skiing, I'm like not trying to do anything except skiing. Or like I always have like some goals in my mind that I would love to do that day in the park. So I'm always like just skiing pretty much, or like, and like when I ski with like a bigger group of people and like it gets slower to do like one lap, I usually just like take a friend or two and we're just like we just start hot lapping because it's like too slow for my mind in a way.
Dude, I feel that so much. I'm such a bad like group skier. I'm always like, oh, why are we waiting? Just let's all
Yeah,
lap. It's kind of the same, right? Like,
yeah. Dude,
yeah.
honestly, skiing with like a friend or two is the best because the lap is like as fast as you get to hang out with the people actually.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
feel you. It's, especially with people who ski different speeds.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel like the biggest cultural difference in the States, like in PC, to me was people don't care about other, or okay, that sounded really bad, but like people trust each other way too much. Like if I would like drop for the jump, like there was like a person dropping after me, like right after, like they did not look
Yeah.
if I like looked okay in the air, because in Finland everyone's like waiting to see if the person like comes out of the jump or like jumps the next jump after. But in PC,
Yeah.
people are just like going right after each other.
I mean, man,
It
it
was,
gets
yeah,
it gets crowded at the top of that like little double jump line. Like there'll easily be like 20, 30 people. Like you hit that rail coming into it and you're almost
yeah,
like hitting someone landing. Like I,
yeah,
yeah. I was definitely dropping in like especially because you know like the skiers after a few laps and you're like, okay, like that guy doesn't eat shit too much. Like
yeah,
but he'll be fine.
yeah, for sure, for sure. That was, yeah, it was so fun to see like how reckless the kids are in the States too. Like they just don't care, and if their body eats shit, they're like laughing and just like so different in a way.
That's funny. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was back in the day. I feel like when I was starting skiing, so I'm probably you're born 2000.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not even that much older than just like 5 years older. At least like in my home mountain, it was just you rip a few beers and you're like, oh, like you got cork seven? It's like maybe. I was like, yeah, you got it, dude. Then they'd send it and just like catch tips and die, and all be like, whoa, Jerry ate
yeah,
shit, like, and then
yeah. I don't know if you've ever been to Mount Hood, but it's like
yeah,
double the hecticness and like just like people hawking way too much, and it's so funny to see. It's like so nice to see people like being hungry, or like kids being hungry to learn new tricks. But it's like I had some people coming up to me showing their cork 7, which was like barely made it, and they were like, yeah, I'm thinking of ripping a dub 14 or something, and like, any tips? And I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then
dude,
they
like.
actually did it and laced it, so it was like, it was crazy to see. Like the kids are not scared at all.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I forgot about that. Like, it used to be Cork 7 was a big hug. Now kids are like, oh, like Dub 10 is like a beginner entry level trick that
Yeah,
kids who can barely do Cork 7, they're like, okay, on to the next, like double. It's like, should I try
yeah,
Tray Bomb? And like,
yeah. I feel like a lot of people, like since airbags became a thing, it's like a
yeah,
lot of people are just doing setup tricks in a way, or like even if they're learning a dop 10, they're kind of learning it in a setup trick kind of way,
yeah.
where like the first time they do it, it's like I could for sure do a 14 like soon, or like
You can tell, like the kids who don't use poles are the ones who like, set their trick like it's an aerial jump kind of, and
yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's like it's also like interesting to see how to, because I grew up skiing without any bags or anything, and it was like nowadays some kids are like learning skiing through airbagging and skiing at the same time, and I feel like I've seen some people bag and they're like coming feet first, so they're like, oh, I got this trick laced, but it's actually not like there yet, maybe, but
Mhm.
they're like, just the fact that like when you land on a bag, you fall down instantly, anyways. So they're not thinking about whether it's like actually ready in a way. And you see like people eating shit a lot when they're skiing because it's not the same to land on snow than, yeah. And I've seen people get super frustrated too because they're like, I can do like trip 16s on a bag or whatever, and then like on snow, it's a different thing. I mean, it helps a lot, but it's like you
Yeah.
gotta learn how to ski too, and that happens on snow.
That's a good point. I think a lot of the bagging has impacted style a lot over the years since I've been watching comp skiing.
That
Because I've heard a lot of people mention it. It's just kind of like it used to be on a slopestyle course. It's not the tricks you're also doing. It's like not how you're skiing on the jump, but it's also how you're skiing from one jump to the next. You know,
yeah, for sure, for sure. And
like
like,
what have you seen kind of in your world with like the evolution of that, or like what's your take on it?
oh, definitely agree, definitely agree. It's like I've seen people who are like way more technical than me or like anyone else, but they do like pizza slides or like pizza breaks in between like rails or something like that. Or it's like it's just so different than what it used to be on a slopestyle course. For example, it's like I feel like because it nowadays it's section by section score,
Hmm.
which is like some like I think it's two judges scoring the score for the first rail and then different judges scoring for the second rail or the first jump or whatever. It's just like it makes people think about skiing in that way too, or like just maxing out on every feature and not thinking about like the whole run in a way or like what they want to showcase people because they're just thinking about and like people even after the comp people look at the because you can see the run on paper too and like the scores and people are just like in my opinion looking too much like what happens on the paper or like the tricks that went down and not like because that doesn't tell you like half of the run
Yeah.
and like we had a voting on in Silva Plana last spring in the World Cup, and the judges asked us if like whether we should continue with the section by section or go back to the overall impression, and like I feel like they didn't expect us to actually want to go back to the overall, but like almost everyone wanted to do the
Mhm.
overall, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon because it's just like they put a lot of work into the like section by section. It's more like it's easier to explain our sport to like the outside world in that way. But I feel like it kills a lot what like could be what our like what slopestyle comps could be. And it's like I don't know. I just wish it was more like showcasing a complete lap in a way, more so than just like maxing out on every single feature to get like as many points as possible. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
maybe it's
agree.
that.
It's nicer to
Yeah,
watch.
and people like young kids are starting to like learn skiing just thinking about what their best run at this moment is. Like, okay, my best run is a 4 in Preds 2, then switch dub 10, switch right dub 12, or like they're thinking about it in a wrong way, in a way. Or I think it would be nicer for them to like figure out skiing in a more like free environment than just like what happens on paper and like I feel like that kills a lot or like that makes a lot of people less interested in competitions nowadays or like FIS competitions but it could change though there's a lot of talk in the scene and the judges want to like talk with the skiers so I feel like that's good like maybe one day we'll start going back to that direction when everyone comes too damn good in like technicality. But
Yeah, man, I would hope so because I think we're all on the same page of like most people enjoy seeing in skiing is flavor, creativity, like style, things that actually make you
Yeah,
in how you're going down a course. No one wants to see, maybe a few people do want to see, but like who spun the most in different directions. I'm sure if you
yeah,
poll most folks, like that's not like the winning bet.
yeah, for sure. And it's like technicality is never gonna like go away from our sport. Like it doesn't like it it just doesn't happen if like overall impression would come back. Like people are still pushing the boundaries, but it would just like make it more interesting and like I don't know, showcase our sport in a better light. At least I think of it
Yeah,
in that way.
it's kind of funny. Like when there was a good block to not go in that direction at the start of the sport, and I don't know when it stopped happening. But I was talking to Martin Misov, who is actually my neighbor here. OG
Oh,
Aussie.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I know
Oh, do you
him.
know who he is?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I had no idea he was like such a big pro until I like met him and like talked about skiing and
Yeah,
anything I'd mention, he'd be like, "Oh, I was there. Oh yeah, Simon Dumont. He was this little Grom, like pain in the ass kid or something like that.
he's a legend,
I was
dude.
getting in fights. Um, and it was really funny. But he was telling me kind of about the early days of comp skiing. So like the whatever 2000 early 2000s, right? And he'd be like, yeah, some people would try to do like double flips and they would just get scored like ground floor points, just absolute trash. Because we would
Yeah,
call it aerials, and we're like, "Hey, our sport isn't aerials. Like, it was something
yeah,
important, you know." Like,
true. Yeah, I think like one big change was the when poles became mandatory in comps, and I was like, at first I was like, this is kind of whack. Like there's like Kai Mahler was a perfect example of like being a sick, creative, stylish skier without using poles, and I was like, it, that shouldn't be a rule. Like just people skiing ugly should be a, like they should score less, and it's not the poles. But I don't know. I feel like after the rule, it kind of switched a little. Like people are not only pushing technicality and like not just hucking that much anymore in a way, or at least the people who are hucking the like super technical like 21s, they're doing it in a way sicker way now than like before. But it's still like it's more in slope style comps where I see like people just pushing like maxing out their runs in a way.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to say the pole rule was good for skiing, but I feel like we were like going in a wrong direction, and this kind of made people think about it more, at least. But
that's
still,
good. Yeah,
long way to go, in my opinion.
I thought the pole thing was so everyone was kind of on an even playing field because a lot of kids would come from airbags and just
Yeah,
get used to doing all their grabs into airbags.
yeah,
And then you're just like, no, no, motherfucker, like we're skiing. Grab some poles. Like that was kind
yeah.
of
Have you
energetic.
seen the like poles that some people wear on like competitions that like doesn't require you to actually hold the pole?
Oh, I had some from line. Yeah, they come out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No,
gas,
no, no.
honestly.
No,
Uh,
but it's like a new thing. It's like you hold the pole and then like there's this like thick rubber band like super tight and it's going around your palm. So if you like let go, it still stays there, and if you move your hand,
like
like
all
uh,
around your hand.
yeah, like you have to squeeze your hand there, and then it's like so tight here that if you like open your hand, the pole will stay here, and even if you move it around, like wiggle it around, it like the pole is still in your hand.
Dude, that sounds super dangerous, no? Like if you eat it, you're just rolling on your pole.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I've also seen one person to even like do the rubber band thing, but the other way around. So the rubber band is here, but then the pole is like on the outside of your palm. And I was like,
What?
what the hell is that? Like, yeah, I don't think he does that anymore, but it was like, I thought,
That
I
probably
thought about
looks
that. Like,
whack.
yeah, like you can't really tell when they're doing like tricks and whatever, but then when they're like getting off the ski lift and they're like pushing like this,
Yeah, yeah.
funny.
That's an interesting one. I hadn't heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But
I don't.
I feel like a lot of people use the rubber band thing nowadays. I've never
Oh.
never used it, but I don't think it's that whack because like that looks pretty normal. Like you can't even tell.
Yeah,
Or yeah, but I don't know. It could be dangerous when you fall.
it's probably yeah, definitely a risk reward kind of situation. It's crazy that it even exists.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
like new rules come in play, and people are just figuring out new ways to make the most out of it.
yeah, dude. I've seen some crazy. You mentioned the making 21s look good. I think it's the
Yeah,
Leonardo DiNaggio.
yeah,
That one he didn't stew by. I was
yeah.
like, I could have sworn it was just like a Switch 10. Like I no.
Wait, I think you're talking about Miro Tabanero.
Miro. Damn, did
Yeah,
I just give credit to someone else? I'm sorry, other homie. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
did
was
a
the Miro.
four. Yeah, he did two of them, like Switch 21 and forward.
Blunted all the way through. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the best at the moment when it comes to like 21s. I feel like, or he's like so comfortable doing those as well.
Wait, dude, didn't you do the first 21? Wait. Hold the phone. For that, what was
Damn
the
it!
whatever spring battle or there was something like that on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Here I am talking shit about people doing 21s. Fuck. I didn't. Yeah, I hoped you didn't bring that one up. Yeah.
Wait,
And I
yeah, dude.
also did it in the wackiest, most ugly way possible.
Are you kidding, dude? It was so sick. Like to me, it was like the epitome of like sarcastic skiing. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was like the ultimate fuck you to comp skiing. I was so stoked.
I'm actually glad you uh like kind of understood my because I never thought that was cool, like the trick.
No, it was obviously like as a joke.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you saw it that way because that's like the the thing I got or I get recognized the most, like or like when I go to my like parents' place and or like I meet someone with my like brother or someone like they always want to bring that one up because it's like to the outside world it's like cool like world's first or whatever, but
Oh, really?
for me I'm like every time someone like talks about it I'm like not my finest moment.
Yeah. It's just like
Yeah,
how like outside world people are like, oh, backflip, so cool, but like
yeah,
rail
yeah,
tricks,
yeah, exactly.
whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And like, yeah, I feel like the outside world is all about like world's first or like world's highest jump or like all that shit. But for me, it was like I just wanted to get money from that comp.
Get paid, dude. Spend more, get
Yeah,
paid.
yeah.
Facts.
I was like, fuck it, like just full on pencil.
It was
Yeah,
so sick. Were you scared going into it, or were you just like, fuck it,
not really.
see what happens?
No, I did a bunch of 18s before, and then I was like, when I did it, it was like shit. I did another 18. Like that felt way too slow. Then my friend was like, who filmed it? He was like, I think that was it. I didn't even.
You had
Yeah.
no idea if it was like a
Well,
20.
I kind of had an idea, but I was like, it. just in my head, I was like, that felt way too easy for a 21, or like I
Yeah.
didn't kind of I didn't feel the extra 360 as much as I expected, or like I just thought it would feel like way faster in a way. But I was also like a huge jump in Silva Plana, and like yeah,
It looked really
but
big.
yeah, but not my finest moment. You just took all of my credibility when it comes to shitting on like only
Dude, well,
technical.
we can crop this section out. This conversation never happened.
It's funny. It's funny. I don't actually mind. It's just like not my proudest moment. But
It's okay.
I did
15
do it
minutes of
as
fame.
a I did do it as a joke, or not a joke, but like yeah,
Yeah,
just
just as a, like, I
like
mean, for people who haven't seen the video, it's just like essentially a whole tornado, like six switch 16 to kind of five,
yeah,
like this type of
yeah.
situation.
And I like at that point I knew it was like there was no chance for me to do it in a cool way. So I was like, and in that comp, I already saw some people do like a lot of 18s,
Mhm.
and I think I think Lucas Mulauer did a dub 19 that year. So I knew like if I
Mhm.
wanted to uh, get money, I would have to. I mean, I did do like forward dub 19s the other day, but they looked super whack as well, and I was like so not hyped on them, so I didn't want to like submit that as the clip because I knew like
Yeah.
because Lucas did it so much sicker. Like he did it with blunt.
Yeah, he has these crazy blunt grabs.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
wild. It's insane.
yeah. And his hand goes like it looks so different to anyone else because it goes like almost to the outside of the or like I don't know. It looks so
Yeah,
nice.
it's like perfectly capped, like body open, kind of, not like shifted over or anything, just full
Yeah,
commit, like.
yeah, for sure. But I was looking at like those people submitting the clips, and I was like, I have to do like that that trick to just get money, pretty much. Yeah,
Dude, I mean, you've been on my Instagram feed for a while. 'Cause I remember I started following you, like, big ups yourself for your rail game, dude, at Ruka. Like, that's what I remember seeing, like, early on. And, like, if I were to give you one clip that I associate the most with your skiing from, like, back then at least, is just, I think you did like a five swap on a flat tube at some
mm,
point. And I was like,
yeah,
how the fuck is that even possible? I just spent like, then I was like, fuck, I got to go at least learn the three. But I just remember spending days like on a tube at Kofel being like, or like wherever I was, like trying to figure it out.
yeah, yeah. True. I think the like Ruka has the best rail game almost, or like one of the nicest rail parks in the world because they have a lot of these black PVC pipes which are
Hmm.
not metal, which is like good for because in Ruka the weather is super moist and like it changes a lot, so the like metal rails get sticky on a lot of days, and like on those days you can only hit the PVC
I didn't know
tube.
that's how that works with metal rails. I've always wondered why they get sticky or like
Yeah,
not.
I don't even know. There's a lot of like people talking about like why they're sticky. Some people someone told me like a couple weeks ago that it's the wind that makes them sticky. But I was like, huh? Or like so it could be anything. And I've heard like some people say it's like there's a some kind of a mining field next to Ruka or something like there's so many different
Sure.
like I have no clue. But like anyways, the rails get sticky a lot and like Ruka has like so many different PVC pipes or tubes and they make like dope ass features from them too, like combining them into like different features. And I always think those are the best thing in skiing pretty much. Because like the you can't get hurt doing like those. Like you can try
Yeah.
anything you want, and you won't get hurt. Even if you fall down on that like tube, it's not. It's like way softer than a metal rail. So like if I want to try something new, it's like it doesn't take a lot to try it on a PVC tube.
Dude,
Maybe
that's dope. I was like, I was wondering why kids were so good in Ruka. I mean, I think a question I need to ask, which
mm,
maybe you have the answer to. I don't think anyone does, but do you know what's in the water there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's
It's
yeah,
got to
maybe
be
it's
something,
crack
right?
or something. I don't. I have no
It's
clue.
that mining field you mentioned. It's
Yeah. I don't even
metal
know if
soft
there
and
is
kids
one.
fucked.
I Yeah, I just heard rumors about that, but I don't even know if there is one. Like actually, but maybe it's like the mining field that
Yeah, dude.
really couldn't tell you.
Some
But I feel
radioactive
like
waves.
yeah, I feel like the like ski scene in Ruka is the thing, not the water. Just like
Yeah.
people being so goddamn good at skiing in like so many different fields.
You'd probably get way more hours actually than anyone else, huh? You said it was open until 7 p.m. What time is it
Yeah,
open?
it's from 9:30 to 7 p.m. like every
Okay,
day,
so you
and
get
then
10-hour ski days in an insane park.
yeah, and it's like if you ski for, I think you get like 10 laps in an hour too, so it's
Oh,
like
wow.
super fast laps too,
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, or something like that, and it's like on Fridays the park is open till 11 p.m. too, so you get like as much skiing as you need, or like
That's
as much
probably it.
body can handle.
And I guess kids don't care about skiing in shit weather because it's like, Park
Yeah,
City, like it gets shady at like 2 p.m., so everyone goes home, like
yeah, yeah. I feel like that's the big difference between like Austria and Finland too. Like when it's like cloudy in Austria, it could be like you can't see 2 meters ahead of you because it's
Mhm.
like you are in the cloud. But in like in Ruka, you can still hit rails if it's like flat light. Like it doesn't matter at all, you know.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
like yeah,
man, you'll be in a cloud here often.
yeah, you can ski almost every day, unless it's like over -30 and the lifts are closed.
Minus 30 like Celsius?
Yeah, Celsius.
What's
I
that
guess
Fahrenheit?
I guess it's pretty much the same as -30 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, because what's 32, right? And times 1.8? No.
Let me see.
Uh,
I think.
plus 32 divided by 1.8.
Let me see. -30.
Fuck.
Yeah, minus 30 Fahrenheit is -34 Celsius. So it's
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah,
pretty fucked.
yeah, for sure. But like other than that, you can pretty much ski every day if you want to. So it's like, and it's so easy to get up there, like on the slopes too. Like it takes you 5 minutes to get there, unless you live in Kuusamo, which is like still like 30 minutes and you're in the park.
Yeah, not that
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Or it could be that there's something in the water, maybe.
Could be. What's the most like fucked trick you think you've done in Ruka? Like one of those where you're like, damn. You can be
And
top three.
oh, that's such a tough one. Um, let's see. Probably my first switched up Franny was like um one of the
Scary.
scariest things. Um, the biggest thing on paper, which was also the wackiest thing I've done, is from the first one I did a dub 19 like full on pencil, but it was like I don't even want to count that in, but it was like I could have got hurt super bad there.
Really? Is it like a super small jump for that kind of?
It's a small jump for a 19, yeah, for sure. Um, Probably maybe one of the scariest was switch on natty trip cork, but I never got it as good as I wanna, or not yet. But the first time I tried those, it was like I could either get super hurt or get super lucky. Like I didn't have the skill to do it, but it was just it was the closing day. And I think I was like 17 years old, and I was skiing with Joona Sipola, and we were like, "Oh, it's the last day. If we get hurt, it's like we have all summer to heal." So it's like
I remember those days. Yeah.
yeah, we actually thought like that, and it was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah. Fuck the summer.
Yeah, and I did get hurt that day.
Oh fuck! What happened?
Like I hurt my knee, and I was I was sure I did my ACL because it was like I couldn't walk for a week. But apparently nothing serious happened, and like after a couple of weeks, it was like super fine. But
What did you do it on? If it wasn't the Natty switch trip,
it was one of those tries. Yeah, I pushed.
Oh fuck! Oh no!
I landed it a couple times, like in a whack way.
To 12 or 14?
I should have gone to 14, but I tried to stick it on 12. But I was like going for the 14, but I was just like, I decided I want to do a 12, but yeah, that was the biggest mistake. So I landed in like on my ass pretty much, but my skis were like wanting to go 14, so they were like crossed in a pizza, and then they just like,
Oh yeah, you did one. Those are the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably like this, or yeah, I'd say that was the scariest thing I've tried, because I was actually fully on that mentality, like I'm either gonna get lucky or seriously hurt, because it was like I was so down that day.
Well, dude, did you hear Joss's podcast on EuroPlanker with Ian?
Not yet, but that's like on the list.
Ibrook, bro, hilarious. He's talking about the Olympics because he won the Olympics with the Natty switch trip.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I learned like switch dub to the right, like, earlier that year or something. Yeah. He was like, I was at practice with Gus, and Gus is really good, and he was on the knuckle, and it's like last hit of practice. And I was like, watch this, bro. And he's just like, I fucking did it, and it worked. Yeah. So he's like, fuck it, just did it finals, and it worked. Yeah. Like good old.
That's so insane. Like, because that was the time where like the first triples are like went.
Yeah, down. Everyone was hunting for them. Like,
yeah, and Justice just went in and did it to the right.
To the right.
Yeah, so insane. So insane. And that jump too, I think that was like one of the biggest jumps I've ever seen.
Bro, nothing in that course was small. It looked like a fucking video game. Like the rails were all like 1.50 meters high. I was like, what nut one of these? Like and they're so long too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure like after Sochi, they made a rule on how big the jumps can be in a World Cup or like Olympics.
Yeah, probably.
Because like those were too big. Yeah.
It was sick.
It was so sick. Like Henrik doing the nosebot trip 16 on the first one, which looked like so small compared to the last two ones.
Wow, was that 2014?
Yeah, 2014.
Did he die on that one too, or
no? He did the nosebot 16 like to the bottom, perfect, and then he did.
Was it in a World Cup where he just came up short and totally like knocked himself out? He had dreads at this point.
don't remember that,
It
but
wasn't the Olympics for sure because
he laced in Sochi. I
he
think he
laced
had a
himself.
little fumble on the last landing, but he
Hand
like
drag. Otherwise, he would have won for sure.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Because yeah, you remember the photo where he's like claiming and you can see like his underwear fully and
Dude, yeah,
that
he's
was
like straight up in shorts or something, like skinny legs, this is straight up
yeah.
out of the thing. He also talks about that in the Olympics, and like I think Ethan was like, "How do you feel?" Or Iberg was like, "How do you feel about having won the Olympics and you're like the fifth biggest story because there's like Harlow losing his pants, like Gus bringing home puppies, Nick trying to like date teenagers or like whatever the thing was, like."
Damn. Yeah.
Such a mess, like it should be
For
promoting
sure.
skiing and instead they're like just talking random
Yeah.
things.
But I mean, yeah, that's Olympics, I guess. Or like
Yeah, that was a
but I feel
big
like yeah, I feel like our sport has the like nicest three people who won the Olympics or like who are the people who are representing like free skiing.
like for the first one.
No, like all like Oystein, A Hall, and Joss. Like
Oh, for the gold medals.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. For the gold medals. I feel like those three
Yeah,
people are, like perfect to represent.
yeah,
Like,
for sure.
yeah.
No, big ups them. But it's no, it's funny. Like, were you into skiing much? Like, yeah, you've been into skiing forever. It sounds like. So for the like around the Olympics,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, definitely.
do you remember how much hype there was going into it? And then how it just like nuked any chance of money in the sport? Like, how do you see that as like an athlete now too? Like in the World Cups, like what's your kind of take on like how like competition skiing has evolved since the Olympics and all?
It's the way I see it is like at least in the like national team vibe or like the every time after or like I've only experienced one Olympic experience. I didn't even go there because I hurt my knee like right before. But like I felt like that Olympic year, all of a sudden everyone cared about our sport and like everyone wanted to reach out and like, yeah, do you need any help? And like we're trying to figure out like getting physios to the trips and whatever. And then like after the Olympic year, it felt like no one cared at all. Like it was just like nothing. And then like this season, I see it happening again. Like all of a sudden, more and more people are starting to care. So it's more like or like giving extra unnecessary stress in a way because like for me like it is a big deal for me for sure but and I'm like my dream is to be there next year but I feel like it's just so much like unnecessary like hassle and like people just I don't know it's like a lot for sure
Dude, money
like
talks. I mean, people will go where the like whatever viewership dollars are, I think, for a
yeah
lot of these events.
yeah definitely for sure and yeah I feel like Olympics changed our sport a lot too because it used to be like so different but now it's like an actual professional thing where like young people are being trained to be the next stars and like it's just so different nowadays and I do enjoy it but like and I think it's great that like I feel like without Olympics our like skiers wouldn't have the same opportunities to actually like even get by just by skiing or like get any financial support in a way. But I also yeah, there's just so much like so much going into the Olympics and like so many people are like
Yeah.
they only care about that.
Well, dude, on the financial support thing, like I'm pretty sure money used to come from your sponsors and winning competitions,
Yeah.
which seems like less of a thing nowadays.
Mm,
From just like the friends of mine that I've spoken to, like I know some crazy cracked skiers who aren't really getting paychecks from sponsors at all. And I've never done a competition really, let alone a World Cup. But it
mm,
seems to me like you win points and not necessarily too much money, right? And then
yeah.
you have to pay to be on a team, which
Yeah.
seems expensive as well, versus just ripping beers at the bar and going to the comp the next day, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, I don't know the specifics, but I'm pretty sure you used to win way more money from like comps back in the day. Whereas now it's like, yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, I think Nick Gepper shared his like how much he earned from like last season just by like FIS paying him. And it was like almost nothing
It's so
for
bad.
how
It's like
he did.
embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's more, yeah, I feel like a lot of people care more about just like social media or stuff like that.
Even social media, man, like I don't know how much people are getting paid. Like I have an Instagram and it's like cool. Like people send me free stuff sometimes, but
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make this my career. Like I have a job in tech and I'm like very thankful for that because it
yeah,
allows me to like support this lifestyle where I can just ski every day and kind of like live wherever I want.
yeah, yeah. But it's definitely like I know some people who are uh not making any money but are like one of the best like skiers that I know. And then like in on the other side I know people who are doing like social media super well and are actually getting paid like big time, but like aren't like even close to that level to the other people who are like struggling to get by even.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely a weird one because like that's how people see marketing income nowadays, right? It's like views, it's the marketing funnel. Like how many impressions are you getting me for this like stuff that I'm sending you? Because I need the impressions to sell products, so I'm gonna pay for it no
yeah,
matter what. Am I paying you as an athlete to post stuff on Instagrams, or am I going to take that money and invest it into Google SEO ads so that I get more clicks in a given audience? It's just like to them, it's one or the other. And
yeah,
but like Google and Facebook aren't the biggest companies in the world
yeah,
because they make that money through marketing, not through just like you scrolling. And
yeah,
as fun as a product, quote unquote, that might be a different
yeah,
conversation.
for sure.
It's like there's so much money in that marketing bucket now for companies, and it's crazy to me that their like measure of success for marketing is just views when I think we all have the same Instagram feed at this point of either it's like what do you get like skiing if you're lucky, right? But realistically, it's like fluffy animals, like drunk people doing things, or just straight up people dying. That's another.
Oh, dude,
Are you on the
that's
people
my
dying
feed.
feed? Oh
Yeah,
no. I'm
I
on the fluffy
know.
animals. You got put on people dying?
Yeah,
Sucks.
unfortunately, yeah. It's like, yeah, my feed is so bad actually. Like, but there's a like you can go to your Instagram and just like see your page only from the people you're following. And I like I don't do that often enough, but like sometimes I do that and I'm like it's like the old Instagram. Just nowadays if you open the home page it's like I see a person dying in a car crash before I see a film or a ski edit,
Yeah, dude,
which is like I don't even want to see them. I don't know like why they're pushing me that content.
dude, you know someone
Yeah.
called Dominic Boiler? He's also doing like World Cups, and he was here in Austria, and we were just sitting on my couch one night, and just like I was in awe at his Instagram feed. It was only like animals dying, like
What?
apex predator shit. And we're just
Yeah,
like for 2 hours, like just sending each other fucking apex
yeah,
predator kills.
yeah.
I'm just like, what
Uh,
the fuck is this? Like,
yeah. Mine is either people dying or I think it's called Steve Hates Skating, where
oh
like
yeah,
you know him, this
it's
old.
come up. Yeah, it'll come
Yeah,
up more now that we're talking about it. Of course, like
yeah, yeah.
Instagram.
It's I don't know. It's so funny. I think it's kind of messed up, but it's so funny in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Dude, I got kids getting hurt. That was a big page on my feed at some point. They really wanted me to follow. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, so all these companies are like, wanting that. I was like, is that what you want from content for like a millions? Like all these videos have millions of views. Are
Yeah.
they good videos? Fuck no. Like, absolutely not. I don't even want to see them, and that's probably
Yeah.
counting as a view.
Yeah, for sure. And
I
I
was
feel
like,
like a lot of people are, or like some companies are starting to like see athletes as influencers, which is a big difference in my opinion.
X Games
Too.
last year. That was so
Yeah.
bad. Like all the TikTok influencers and shit.
Yeah, I didn't even see. I only watched the like comps pretty much. I had like an alarm when the actual comp
Hmm.
started for X, so I didn't witness that much.
Yeah, I think the people who did that got fired or something. Like it was talked about on another podcast also,
Yeah,
like a Blinker. But yeah, dude. I mean, for the marketing piece, it's like I really hope companies will wake up and start figuring out that like one, you got to invest in the sport for it to like exist more, and like how
yeah,
you're investing your dollars needs to be thought out a lot more. And I hope that athletes also like wake up on their end and figure out like, okay, like if you are an awesome skier and you're not getting paid, you might not care. By all means, do your thing, but like if you do care and you need that to switch up, just like learn the game, play the game, win the game.
yeah,
And if it's all about like how can you communicate the value that you're adding to a brand,
yeah.
and
Oh,
if you don't want to sell out on Instagram, which
definitely.
obviously like why would you? Probably not great.
Yeah,
Just like write down on paper like how am I creating value for your marketing funnel? How am I gonna create more sales? And that can be like with a leaner and nicher audience, which it
yeah,
should be anyway. Like people
yeah,
posting skiing shouldn't get more than I don't know, like 10, 20,000 views. Like, how many freestyle skiers out there are really into content? You know what I mean? Like, people who get like
yeah,
1 million views on your video, like, cool, stoked for you. Not everyone who saw that as a freestyle skier even understands what the fuck you're doing.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
you crashing or like going really fast through something. Like, those are the two
yeah.
types of things that blow up.
Oh, yeah. I think my most viewed video on Instagram is me like eating shit,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
is like everyone. Yeah, it's like everyone knows I got hurt in that clip, so that's the thing people want to see nowadays.
Sucks, dude. Yeah, and it's like I like social media because for me it's like a great outlet to post skiing ever since new schoolers kind of like dwindled because it's
Mhm.
at least the community's there. It's like the sort of like generalized community tool. And
Yeah.
so if skiing's on there for now, that's fine. Like I'll be there too.
Mm.
It's really hard. I feel for a lot of people to like not get caught up in the like the likes and views things, and like I'll be
Yeah.
guilty of that too. Like I'll sit on a clip that I'm personally really stoked on for myself, and then it won't get good views, and then I'm questioning my artistic integrity for my
Yeah.
all of 10 seconds of editing that I did. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
do I change it? Do I just put the banger in the first like fucking 10 milliseconds of the thing? Or like,
Yeah. That's so true.
sucks, like
Like I used to think about like that way too much, or like I used to post like an edit on Instagram which I was like super hyped on, but I would like it would get way less views than like something I thought wasn't that sick. And it was like it used to bum me out so much. and like I would start to think way too much before posting anything, or like
Mm.
the criteria for posting would like just get higher and higher for me. But then I was like, nowadays I see it more as like, if I'm stoked on something, I'm gonna post it. But then I don't even look at the views that much, but I like to read the comments because that tells me more. If like it's cool to see like what people think,
Yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
a lot of people share that pretty well too on like every post. And some people are like, some of my friends are super honest too.
Really?
If
Do you
there's
get
like
like
one thing that they didn't
constructive
like fuck
feedback?
with, yeah, it's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah, and I feel like skiers don't really get that much hate, or like at least I haven't. Maybe people talk behind my back or something, but I haven't seen that much hate. But like the one time I did was like, there was a new schoolers thread after the slush cup called I think it was like fake steez, and they were talking about my like hands, or
oh,
like
did you
how.
get hit by the Afterbang police page?
Oh, that too, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did? Oh no.
Once, yeah, but it was like it was from Jib League when I did a I did like a back five swap on a battleship rail, and I did
Oh yeah.
not like it wasn't a make. I like early often barely even did it, and like because I have no influence on what they put in the like recap videos, and
Right.
they have so much footage, so it's like they choose to they chose to put that one in, and it was like it's just so funny because
Did
I've
you do one of
like
these? Like,
yeah,
oh
but
yeah.
like every time I've gotten hate, like I've agreed with the people hating. I'm like, oh yeah, that was so whack. Like you guys are so right. So it's not like, it doesn't feel that personal to me, or like it's just
Yeah,
so
it's like
funny.
fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then like I don't know if you've seen like the after bang police or whatever. Like there's so many pages on Instagram that just like hate on people's like one single trick, and I think it's like kind of funny. But then when the people do that to like young kids, it's kind of like, if I would be a 10-year-old kid who just got like posted on this page, I would like probably not post again, or even like
Yeah, yeah, dude, for sure.
I would.
Especially if that's like the first time you're getting credited by like another page or something and it's just
Yeah,
blatant hate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine, yeah, I actually get tagged on like, I think it was yesterday or today. Someone posted a TikTok where like they tagged me, and I was in the video like in the TikTok like trying to be Kuura Koivisto, and it was like people doing like weird shit with their hands, and I just thought it was so funny because like
You got memed? Hell yeah.
yeah,
Dude, it's
but
kind
yeah,
of an honor to get memed. Like,
yeah. It, I don't know. I enjoy it actually. Like if you're gonna hate on someone, like hate on me.
dude, I mean, hate is welcome. I always think it's funny because, like, people who hate on other stuff don't, like, you gotta remember, like, anyone who's, like, doing the stuff that's getting hated on, like, they know. Like, everyone knows, like, anyone who's running, like, a sus Instagram, like, TikTok page for skiing, which is, like,
Yeah,
slope, they know
yeah,
what they're doing. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Like,
for sure, for sure.
they just like they
Yeah,
want the whatever marketing dollars they're getting from it, or it's a personal decision of how you want to like represent your brand online because like those are the cards you feel you got dealt. So honestly,
yeah.
if some like skier like didn't make it in World Cup World and is
Mm.
wants to try to blow up on Instagram through doing whatever thing they want to do, whether it's sus or not, like
Yeah.
go for it. You know, like not my cup of tea, but I
Yeah.
support you because you're getting paid for skiing. Like you're playing the
Yeah.
game, you know? It's like, who
Yeah.
am I to hate on that? Like you're just doing your thing. I hope you have an audience with fans. You know
Mhm.
you're alienating everyone in your own industry.
Yeah.
Like, do your
Yeah.
thing.
For
Like it's
sure. For
fine.
sure. And it always also shows me how much people actually care about like skiing and like these videos that get posted. Because like without those, it would be like just some like comments like, "Oh, a nice video" or whatever. Kind of like you don't get any feedback. But like people doing that and like digging deep into like people's archives, it's like kind of nice to see how much people like still care about skiing and how like invested people are.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I would say it's that way. I mean, there's also so much content nowadays. I think the way we consume content and media has just shifted so aggressively.
Yeah.
Remember the days of just like, how the fuck do I get this DVD ordered to Europe so I can see the movie? You know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I would just like when I was a kid, I was like watching like probably 5 YouTube edits of Tom Wallish like on repeat, like every day, the same videos. Just like
Which videos do you remember?
um the Joss
With Simon?
yeah, yeah, with Simon and then the like classic Breckenridge video of Tom and
Yeah, and
So Far
the
So Good is
blue and
my
orange. Dude, the
probably
bonus, the both way 2P6s on that down rail still blows my
yeah.
mind to this day.
Yeah, yeah. I just watched that. I think a week ago. I think it's my favorite park video of all time.
I think it's
Or
one of
like,
the best of all time. I can't think of many better ones.
yeah, just like when it comes to ski like edits, like not movies.
It's
Like,
so timeless. It's still good to this day. Like you put
yeah,
someone in park jump that size, like be better than that. Like there, I don't know
yeah,
how.
yeah. And to be like, you don't see skiers looking that good, and like at the same time, like he was like Tom was rocking a blue jacket, red shirt under, and
Skittles,
yellow pants,
yeah,
and it
the
was like
Skittle
he looked
swag.
so good.
I
Like
miss that.
how
Everyone's dressed in black now. Can we talk about that? Like, what's?
me
I'm guilty of
too.
it. Too. Don't get me wrong. I'm following the trend, but I'm like, what happened to the Skittle days? You know, like I don't even
Yeah,
know where to find that outerwear anymore.
yeah, true. And I was just like, I just talked with my brother like a couple days ago because he was like asking me like what ski gear he should buy, and he was like, "Yeah, I want everything black," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually like because this season I've mostly worn like full black, like all day, every day, and I feel like tomorrow when I leave, I'm probably not gonna pack anything black with me because I'm just like,
Fuck it.
yeah,
Turn the page. Hey,
yeah,
you actually have great ski drip. I forgot, dude. I was like, big ups yourself because you were always wearing these like track coats, like from a thrift store, I think, or something. And I was like,
yeah."
that's so sick. Yeah, was that you? I think so. No.
Yeah, I've definitely used a lot of thrift clothing. Yeah.
Yeah, I distinctly remember thinking like, damn, sick coat, like perfect fit, everything. You and Joel also feel has like great ski drip. Do you know Joel?
Uh,
Um,
which one?
Ka-
Lima
Ka-
Dinen?
yeah, Lima, the one who's lived here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Shout out
Lima.
Joel. Great park drip too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I've been skiing mostly in black outfits this season, just because it's so like you can't go wrong with black. It's like
Go around with black, I guess. I don't know, man. I only wear thrift coats now skiing. I mean,
yeah,
I have like a outerwear hookup. Like I'll wear that because it's really good like technical gear for when it's like actually freezing or if I'm like actually deep in snow. But if I'm
nice.
hiking a rail, like for sure, I'm like
Yeah,
80s earliest, you know, or
hey,
like
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking about taking a full white kit with me.
Bro, do you want to do something that would really change the game? And I thought about this the other day, and I don't know why no one's on it.
Let's hear it.
The onesie.
Oh, dude.
Dude, the onesie. But like the vintage onesies from the 80s, the good
Ooh.
old Aspen days.
Like
That would be insane.
on the skinnier type.
And dude, get a triple XL and have the pants sag. Like I've never seen that. The drip would be insane and so loud.
Yeah, true. Or even if it was like baggy enough and you would put a belt in the middle so the like top part would
Yeah,
look more like a jacket.
whatever works. But like
Yeah.
there's so much opportunity there and I no one's on that.
Yeah.
I don't know when this like podcast is coming out, but I hope you're gonna be rocking the onesie at some comp before it does, because that would be sick.
Damn. Okay, I'll no
You had a
problem.
birthday and Christmas come up. I'm sure someone forgot to get you a gift. You
Yeah,
can nudge, like,
true. True. Maybe I should ask for a onesie.
dude, like
Yeah.
just like an 80s one. Like I'm sure Finland has amazing thrifting, I've heard. Like I bet all the Nordic gear that y'all have had over the years, I'm sure there's like an insane onesie waiting for you somewhere.
I mean, I have a thrift store like right next door, so I might go there tomorrow morning and look for one.
Dude, I'm not bringing any clothes when I go to Finland. I'm just gonna thrift everything. I'm honestly stoked. Like,
Yeah.
it's so sick to get like old school mountain gear. It's hard to
Yeah.
find, I feel.
Dude, hit some street with a onesie. I feel like that's could be your thing too.
If you get a onesie, I'll also get a onesie.
All right, deal.
And I'll be following. You set the trend, I'm gonna follow it. People will know.
Yeah, because I'm like in my head, I'm kind of like because every time, like wherever the trend goes with like clothing and like whatever, like kids are always following that. Like it makes a lot of sense. Like of course they want to wear what like good skiers are wearing, but I feel like the onesie they wouldn't wouldn't do that maybe.
Dude, it could pop off and you could start your own onesie brand. Like, how hard is that really to do?
True.
Just like
Yeah.
arsenic style, just like buy like vintage onesies, just slap a logo on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe hook
I
up
mean,
another homie or two, new
yeah.
slap down.
There's no competitors there. Could
Wide
be
open market, man, and be so gas. Like onesies are low key insanely convenient. You're never getting snow up your ass or anywhere. Like,
true. Yeah. But I do fuck with belts a lot right now. Like
yeah,
different.
what's your belt game?
I actually broke mine. I have my favorite belt I can show you real quick. But I don't know how I did it, but I snapped it in half.
Oh shit, like skiing?
Yeah. It was like minus 20 something degrees.
Oh well, there
And I
you
just
have
like
it.
it just snapped.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
like
like a clean cut.
yeah,
Oh
it's
dude,
like
that's a bow? That's gas.
yeah. It's just my friend uh who used to ski more. He still skis but not as much. He
Mhm.
his brother is actually like a pretty famous or he just became pretty famous like a designer brand in
Yeah.
Finland. That's like his belt. And I was like last Christmas I was like I'm getting that belt for just for me as a present.
Sick, dude. I've actually seen some really good belt drip now that you mentioned, because I feel like the trend in skiing now is like baggy pants and then kind of like crop tops, like
Yeah.
the dress shirts that they cut. So like the belt is back. Like
Oh
Capiche
yeah.
has their belts, obviously, and like
Yeah.
that's become a thing. Stoked to
Yeah.
see.
I feel like the punkish belts are so common these days.
Dude, yeah, the hats, like the beanie hats with the little like biker,
Yeah.
like that's kind of coming back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Just need
Damn,
skill.
yeah, no promises on the onesie though. I'll have to see how it looks.
Bro, no pressure, but I mean, I think you got it. Like, if anyone's got it, it would be so gas.
I feel like it would look so much better on a snowboarder. to be honest, because it like their feet are always like in the same way, you know. So the like
Dude, do you
down
think
part looks
kids
like
were like, oh, 5XL t-shirt, like that's gonna look great on a skier? Like no one knew, you know, like people just did it and it worked and it became a thing.
true. Yeah.
This
Or maybe I should just get
parachute,
a red shirt, blue jacket, and yellow pants.
yeah, what was that sweet protection? Like hit them up. I'm sure they have some stock laying around somewhere.
Yeah. Or if I tried to find it like so many times, the red and white full kit that Simon used to wear.
Dude,
That
I was literally searching for that, I think like 3 weeks ago. No, I was looking
no,
for the G suit, actually, the Salaman one, but the
yeah,
Oakley one slaps as well.
yeah, it looks so good. And the one Wallace used to wear, the
The
full
Burton
kit,
one?
the brown, the dark brown, light brown
Dude,
full kit.
he did a podcast with either it was this one, like the two planker, or Simon Dumont's podcast. But he was like he tracked it down and found out like some dude bought it. Like it's somewhere in Park City now. Like you can find it probably.
Damn.
Well, oh, dude, so was Walsh kind of like your biggest inspiration skiing?
Oh, definitely,
Hell
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, number one. Like I like the first couple of years, I don't think I like watched anything else than Wallace. But then like after like a lot more people came into my like who I who I was like fanboying super hard. Like yeah, there's so many skiers, but yeah, Tom Wallace was like and still is. I actually in 2020 I saw him for the first time in Aspen. We went there for the World Champs, and I had met Hendrik that year for that season for the first time, and like I talked with him, and it was like he was such a chill guy, but like Tom was the only or like the one guy who I like hadn't seen before, and I saw them like Hendrik and Tom like talking together in like a parking lot or something, and I was like, I told my friend Simo like I'm like this is it, like I'm gonna talk to him, and I was like walking towards them, and then I just got like fully starstruck and just kept on walking and never said anything.
No!
And I was like, after that, I was like looking back, and then they were like leaving, and I was like, oh, this can't be happening. Like, I missed my only shot, and it was like, yeah, I had the biggest like, I hated myself for not like talking to him. Well, later on, I actually got to ski PC with Tom last year, which was like one of the best days ever.
Hell yeah. I was gonna say, I hope you met him in the end. And I was also gonna say, just go to Park City. He'll show up eventually.
Yeah, yeah, we were hot lapping for like a half a day, and it was like,
Sick.
yeah. But that was like, he's the only person in the world who's been like, I've been too much of a fanboy to even like talk. Like I never freeze like that, like ever. But he was just like, he's not a normal human in my head, you know, because it's like,
Yeah, dude. For sure. Yeah, he's like, he definitely had legend status for a few years, like in a row there.
yeah, yeah,
Super
for sure.
sick. And
Yeah,
so
he's
wait,
such
who's
a chill and low key guy too. Like there was no reason for me to freeze like that.
your Yeah, you got your way back at least. Like, who's your
Yeah,
top five of skiers, by the way? Like, if you had to, just from an influence style, if you had to pick right now, or your top
all
five
time or
favorite
right now, like
all time
active
for sure.
skiers. Tom Wallish, Hendrik,
Mm-hmm.
Simon Dumont.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot. There's so many. Probably Antti Ollila
Yeah.
or or Joona Kangas from
Hell yeah.
Finland. Um, Dude, that was 5 already. Damn,
That's a
but
good top
third.
five right there, to be fair.
No, I'm like, it's such a hard. I could do like top 30 would be so much easier because I could just
Yeah.
like name so much more. But ooh, yeah, I don't know because there's Tanner's for sure there.
Yeah.
Sammy's there. Quinn is there for sure.
Hell yeah.
Um, Kim is there. Like, I'd say like Tom and the like OG Armada team would be like the thing that I got. Oh, Phil is there
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, Phil is in the top 5. Who am I?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Dude, and yeah, anyone on Armada is pretty much go. You're on
Yeah,
Armada too, right?
yeah.
Good team, dude. Yeah, that's
The sickest team. The sickest team. Yeah, like so many. Pretty much everyone from Armada when I was a kid was like my favorite.
dude. What was that like getting on Armada? Like, how did that go down for you? I guess I
Yeah.
never asked you, but like, how did you get into like pro circuit also? Like, what is your from the end of that high school experience that you had, like into World Cup standings and chase down the Olympics? Like, how did that all go down? I'm just curious.
Uh, yeah. Getting on Armada was like a dream, and it's like I would never ski for any other brand in the world, like ever. Even if even if I wasn't on the team, I would just buy the skis, like for sure. But yeah, it was like I was on the Finnish branch for a bit in my like academy, like last years of academy and like first years in the national team. But I wasn't like I didn't talk to anyone who was actually like on Armada. I was just like getting free skis and some gear, which was awesome. But like I wasn't on the team. And then like later on, I think it was 2019 when I first like talked with the guys, and they invited me to Absolute Park for like a shoot, like an Armada shoot for just for the spring, and it was like the best week ever, and like I was just starstruck the whole week and like trying to act as cool as I can, or not even cool, just like a normal human being, because I was like it's so hard to talk to people who are your like idols and like
Who was there? What was the lineup? Because that's how Torin got signed too. They just invited him to some spring week, and then
dude, there's the video of Torrens like how he got signed like from
yeah,
that whole week, and I would watch that video before going to Absolute like probably 5 times at least, because I was like, oh, this is it,
got to show up.
you gotta lock in. But it was Quinn was there, Hendrik was there, Danny B was there too. We
Hmm.
were kind of like the two younger kids there, and Phil was there, Kim was there. Um, yeah, most of the team was there. I remember, yeah, maybe Tanner wasn't there. I think he was filming or something.
Hmm.
But like most of the like big guys were there, and I
Hell
was
yeah.
just like trying to prove myself to them in that week. And then like we got to talks with like after the week we got in talks with like me getting on the team, and then like right before like I even got a contract or anything, I did my knee, and I was like, this
Mm.
can't be happening.
So what year is this?
Like
2020,
yeah,
2021?
I did my knee in 2020. No, what? 20 2022. I
Oh,
was in the wrong year. What? Sorry about
no worries.
that. Yeah. So I did my knee, and I was like, I like when I told them out, I was thinking like why would they sign me? Like it's such a risky move because I was like I just did my knee, so they had no idea like how bad it was, and like yeah, and they never made it an issue. So it was like my respect for Armada like grew even higher that way, and that was a moment for me when I was like, yeah, it's like I'm never riding for any other brand than Armada. It's like not only the skis being like my favorite ever, but also like the people running the company and the people who are on the team too. Like it's just the the best team I could like imagine being on. But yeah, it was like it was hectic, and it was like yeah, stressful for sure. So I was just trying to prove myself
Yeah.
to the whole team. And it's like I feel like that week of skiing was like I felt way more pressure than in a World Cup or anything like any competition because I knew everyone like most of my biggest idols were like watching me ski. So I was like,
Yeah.
don't look down now.
Right on, dude. I mean, sounds like you killed it. I would expect
Well,
so. Do you have any moments from there where you're like really kind of shit the bed in front of someone you like?
oh, definitely, definitely, or like just did something that didn't work out because I was just like trying trying to do everything I could that week just to like I don't know show.
Yeah, wait. What was your biggest like mind blower thing that you did there? You think where everyone was like, "Damn, this kid's got it," and then what do you think was the biggest like shit the bed experience that you?
I don't really remember the me shitting the bed that bad, or like maybe that was just me being pretty awkward that week because I was just
It could be
fanboying
anything, like
hard.
socially or like
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it was just me being like super awkward, like with everyone, just because I was like I didn't see anyone like Quinn or Kim or like any one of them. I didn't see them as like normal humans because I've like watched them from a screen for so long.
yeah.
I think that was like probably a lot of people thought I was like being a weird kid there, but maybe my brain has blocked like some bad memories that where I was like, I mean, I crashed a lot that week, that's for sure,
Mhm.
and it was like crashing in front of those people is like so it felt so bad, but hmm, I don't know on my biggest trick that that week was. I was just trying to hmm maybe like the thing people were the most hyped on was like when me and Danny were it was like we filmed all day, then we had a break, and then everyone was like so tired, but we were waiting for like the good light to come in, like the sunset light, and like me and Danny would like when it started, I think me and Danny did like first lap switch trip 12s on the like first jump, like together, like right, like after each other. I think that was like something everyone was pretty hyped on.
Six. So yeah, you guys really brought your A game, huh? Just like, out the gate.
Yeah, yeah. It's like in that moment, like I just didn't like fear wasn't a thing because I was just trying to prove my. It was kind of like hucking in Rukov on the last day, you know, where like
Yeah.
It's like just it might be dumb, but it worked out pretty well there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing was, which they fixed, I was like, because during that week I didn't have, because I wasn't on the team before that, so I didn't have a lot of their gear, like jackets or pants or whatever. And like I went there and they hooked me up with like sample gear, but all the sample gear was like in size large, so it was like
Like pretty small or
pretty slim. Yeah. So I felt pretty uncomfortable the whole week because like a lot of the people who were on the team like before me, they had their own clothes because they did like the orders like a year before and they got their sizes and everything. But I was like there in this like pretty skinny pants and I just felt super like not uncomfortable, but like it was kind of a weird feeling.
dude, I feel uncomfortable skiing in like tighter stuff than I'm used to for
Yeah,
sure. Like, because
yeah,
I mean, skiing is super visual, your representation, right?
for
So, like, when you're doing a trick, like, just like the way we film everything, like, you're constantly aware of like what that looks like. You're like, oh, did my rotation look whack? Like, or like,
yeah,
is that grab whack? So, if your
yeah,
clothes are whack, you've already kind of fucked up your trick before you even do it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
for
Yeah.
sure. And when you're thinking about your clothes, it's like I don't know. I I ski the best when I feel good in my clothes, which is like
Onesie, bro.
the onesie. Yeah, babe, that might be it.
Full
That
circle
might be
Armada
the
onesie.
true. That might be the one thing I need to step it up a notch. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, I think
I
so.
gotta talk to the guys
Get
in
it
our.
done.
Yeah,
But dude, that's
yeah.
sick for the Armada week. That worked out so well for you. I guess it worked out for Danny, obviously, as well.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's on Armada.
yeah. For sure, for sure. I don't know if we got signed on the same year or like got on the team on the same year. Maybe. I could be wrong there.
Yeah. Who are your other sponsors? Like, who are you representing nowadays?
Now it's Armada, Shred, uh this clothing brand in Finland, Nordic Buddies.
Nice.
Um uh, 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 um this company in Finland, Hilla Group. And there's my hometown, Inarinkunta, which is like it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Like where
Is that like a tourism play or like how does that work out for them?
um, the way it happened was like I when I released the documentary with Art2,
Hmm.
I went to the like the high school and the elementary school, and I showed that there to the like kids, and they got to ask questions and like just talk. It was pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was like yeah, yeah. I think that's it. Sorry if I missed missed something. That
I
was bad.
love all of you.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Right on, dude. I'm like, side note, the biggest Shred fanboy for their helmets. Like,
Yeah.
had the multi-impact helmets. This was before MIPS was a thing, so I'd like only buy Shred helmets. I'm like I've had too many concussions for sure. So like I'm super paranoid with my helmets, and I'm always getting a new one every year. And it was like that and like look bindings are the two things that I'm just constantly
Oh yeah.
throwing money at. It's like my safety first. Like I don't care. Just take the money. Like it's worth every penny.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I like yesterday I went snowboarding in my hometown, and I without that helmet I would have hit my head so bad because I caught my like back edge and I like fully
Mm,
like whiplashed. But like
yeah.
I've had so many crashes where I'm like, how is my head not like hurt after that?
Oh
It's like,
yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
just
I
like,
shattered my collarbone once, and like I was booming down a hill, just caught my, fair enough, look binding, good and bad. It flew off, but I think
yeah.
my boot was worn down and the skis were short.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Point is, I just like ate shit, and then my collarbone I shortened pretty much to half the length, but I took the same hit to my dome in the shred helmet.
yeah,
Head fine, like not even like a headache, like nothing. It's like I
yeah,
just like someone just barely tapped me, like hello. Meanwhile, my
yeah.
collarbone's like half the length it used to be. It's just
Wait,
like, what?
no way. Yeah,
Yeah, super
yeah.
thankful.
And every time after a big fall, I'm like switching helmets too.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like the scariest thing. Scary as like injury would be to the brain for sure. Is you like it. It like sometimes it doesn't need that much of an impact. It's just like
No, dude.
something
Yeah.
something heads in the wrong place and like you're paralyzed or like dead even.
I mean, post concussion syndrome, like you can't even do anything all day. You're just tired all the time. Like you drive a car, you're out for a week. I know some homies who have dealt with that from skiing. They just, one concussion, fine. Two, fine. Third, life completely
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
It's not even
Or
that. It's not
like
like they're paralyzed, but they just can't do anything. Like it's so hard to.
yeah,
And there's no science. There's no cure. Like you're just
yeah.
fucked.
Or like you don't even get any big concussions, but like a lot of smaller ones, and when
Mhm.
you're older, you get like super depressed just because of that, like
Dude,
getting
Dave Mira, his story.
yeah.
Do you know who Dave Mira is?
Not sure, not sure. No.
He was, is it Dave? I'm pretty sure it's Dave. He's the biggest BMX. He's like the Tanner Hall of BMX, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Where like Simon Dumont's maybe Matt Hoffman. Like he was called the Miracle Man. I think he has like 21 X Game golds, like an insane
Damn.
amount. Bro, he
Damn.
hit his head so much, he just kind of freaked out and like blew his face off with a shotgun at some point.
No way.
And then he got diagnosed with CTE. Yeah, at like 40 or 41. And then that
Oh,
was like the first case of CTE because it was already happening in the NFL, all these crazy stories. But he
yeah.
was the first case in extreme sports.
Damn.
Yeah. Because he was the first one to do a double flare on a bike. So he
Yeah.
took to the dome a lot on
Yeah.
bike for.
Yeah. And I've heard some studies on like NFL like athletes getting like depressed after their careers because they get hit a lot too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I take it to the dome every now and again. I mean, if people don't want to wear helmets, like, do your thing. It's, wherever you are, I'm sure it's a free country.
Yeah.
Not just the US, many free countries out there. But uh,
Yeah.
but if you
Yeah.
do
Like
care about,
I don't judge people if they don't wear a helmet. Like it's your life, do whatever. But
yeah, do your
for me,
thing.
like maybe I just don't trust my skill enough to, or like, yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah, I've caught too many edges stupidly as like a pretty good skier on a slope. I would say, like, I know how to get from point A to point B pretty damn well, and
Yeah.
someone hits you, like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for those who do care about helmets, like I think people need to know, like if you take a bad hit on your helmet, you need a new one. Like
Yeah.
it's not working
Totally.
anymore. If you drop
Yeah.
it on the floor really hard or kick it with a ski boot, like you need a
Yeah.
new helmet. It does not. It's like safety glass. It breaks
Yeah.
once and you're safe, but then
Yeah.
you're just wearing a rock on your head.
I swear there's so many skiers out there right now who's
With
had like the same
so many
helmet. Like
stickers on it, like
yeah.
15 years ago. Like, no.
Yeah. For sure. When I was a kid, I used to like I went to this like cafe or whatever like during skiing, and I left my helmet like too close to the fireplace, and it melted like halfway here. It was like a huge
Like it was
hole in it.
that Harvey guy in Batman, like the two.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, and I skied that helmet the rest of the season, and like I would just tell people like, yeah, I hit a tree skiing so bad that it just like bent there to make like a cool story out of it.
Of
But
course.
yeah, definitely should have gotten a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I would rock them for multiple seasons and then like get so fucking concussed on like small hits. And I'm just like, oh, I wish I would have known because that's gonna catch up with me. But
Yeah,
it is what it is.
and I'm so bad at like I haven't figured it out yet because like some people fall but they don't hit their head as much. But I feel like I get like whiplashed so easily too. I don't know if I have a heavy head or a weak neck or whatever, but
Dude, I
I
mean, it's trade-offs, right? Like heavy head, you'll hit your head more, but those after bangs.
yeah,
Slap.
true,
Yeah.
true, yeah, yeah. But I do need a good helmet because I'm like I can't control my neck when I fall for some reason. I'm always like whiplashing.
Interesting problem to have. Yeah. Definitely
Yeah,
work on that. I would.
yeah. I've thought about it. Even when we go bagging, everyone else is like landing super chill, but I'm like doing this all the
Bagging's
time.
the worst, man. Every time I've hit an airbag maybe twice in my life, both
Yeah,
times I felt like I got hit by a car when I left the session.
yeah,
Like the medium jump at Bangor Park. Have you hit that one? Like not
yeah.
not the big ones. The big ones are fine, but like
Hmm.
but the if you don't wet your helmet, you're fucked. Like it
Yeah,
just catches and then yeah,
yeah.
it's I felt I was
I
getting
feel like I feel like bagging could be safer without a helmet. I
dude,
feel
I
like
think so, right?
yeah.
Mm.
If you make it through the in run, I feel like I mean you can hit your head on your ski or something like that, but I don't know. I feel like it would be safer.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's got to be because the helmet catching everywhere is not doing anyone any favors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Just don't hit airbags. Problem solved.
True. True. If I had the power to decide whether people should be allowed to hit airbag or not, I would for sure say no.
You think you could get away with your big air career today without hitting an airbag?
I mean, Elias never hits an airbag, and he's doing super well.
Oh,
And
well, he's doing like 180s now, pretty much, right?
yeah, but no one else
Sick.
can do that.
Yeah, no, it's gas.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I guess that's the answer. It's possible.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, would be kind of risky to learn like a 23 or whatever straight
Dude,
to snow.
no one said this sport was meant to be safe.
True. That is true. That
That's kind
is
of
true.
part of the fun back in the day. You never knew
Yeah.
if shit was going to work out or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's
some
so
things were maybe not possible. And you'd be like, I think I got it, dude. Like, all right.
yeah. But I feel like without airbags, people would learn so many like simpler tricks, but
Oh, yeah.
that's just like sicker.
Especially kids. I feel they'd progress in a totally different way.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's cork 3 or it's backflip, cork 7, dub 10, dub 14, and then start the same thing to the right, pretty much.
It's nuts, bro.
Just like yeah, but I don't know. Maybe they'll ban them someday.
Dude, maybe. I don't know. Do you like,
If I
would you rather see people spin more or less? Because I feel like you spin quite a bit too.
I'd say less.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Spinning is pretty goddamn fun, but
I like it on rails a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say like I like it way more on rails, but yeah, definitely less because I just feel like there's so much more to be done, and like, which would, like, people would just have to be more creative in a way. I feel like,
For sure. I think there's so many axes that have not been discovered.
oh yeah, every time someone does something which gives me like, wow, how did I not think of that? It's like way more exciting than seeing,
Like, oh, you spun more.
yeah, yeah, you did a 180 more. I mean, both are sick, but it gives me like way more joy to see someone like actually figure something new out.
I mean, I was the only thing that got me really excited about this as from a viewer perspective. I was always like, someone's got to spin into the future. You know, like no one had done it yet. Like 1980 came out, and we are like, oh, it's right there. It's coming up. Like, it's gonna be. And some kid just randomly did it on some like online contest.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's a joke.
I didn't even know it was that big of a deal, or like I didn't realize it was like a thing, like spin to the future.
Yeah, maybe that. Well, from my memory, Schlopey made it a thing. He was
Hmm. Yeah,
like
he
he was
was.
always ripping, trying to do 1980s at like X
Yeah,
Games Big Air, and like,
yeah,
is he gonna spin into the future?
yeah, and
Because
that was so long ago too. It's insane how he was trying those.
you know,
What
because
year was that? Do you remember?
well, yeah, well, it was before he didn't make the Olympics, and then he kind of fell
Mhm.
off. So I think it's like 2013 would be my guess.
Yeah, yeah, that
Because
sounds about.
the way what I remember, the first 14 Switch
Wait,
14, that was TJ Schiller,
yeah,
but almost Martin. He almost got it at the same session Schiller got it, but he like,
no way.
yeah, it was like kind of a bummer.
I don't think it was 2013 because 2013 was when Hendrik did the nose butt triple for the first time, right?
I don't know when it was exactly. It was
Maybe
somewhere around
I'd
that.
say it was earlier than that.
He was on Oakley still.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But there was, because Shillipi was on a sleigh for a minute there for sure.
mm,
And
yeah,
then they gave the spot to Joss for the Olympics instead of
yeah,
him. And I don't know. And then Wallace blew his knee that year too.
yeah,
Not sure what happened after that, but
yeah,
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 the history I remember, someone's got to like fact check me, but it's like Schiller had the first Switch 14 that I can remember. First 16 was that who
was
did
that TJ
also
too?
was it also TJ? Maybe TJ didn't do the Switch first Switch 14, but I think he did. And I think he
TJ did the sickest 16 mute,
at X
but I'm
Games
not
Big Air.
sure. Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember that.
in that black and yellow kit, but I'm not sure if that was the first.
Was
Could
it
have
the
been.
first? Where else was that happening? Because back in the day, like X Games was the jump. Like I don't think it
Yeah,
was the jumps, you know?
I think that was like 2012 or something because Bobby won that one.
Yeah, and dude, Joss was like third with the first ever Switch Dub 14.
Yeah,
I was like, what? That's crazy.
yeah,
But yeah, that's the year like Bobby just like popped off.
yeah.
And then the first 18 was Torin, Switch 18 mute at some
Oh,
random Visa
true.
like World Cup thing.
Yeah.
Someone got, I don't know who got 19. I wasn't paying as much attention by then anymore.
Yeah. Who?
But
No.
Shlopi was after it for so long.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
just dropped it super casually.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't even know.
I don't know. And then you get 21. Boom. Cemented in history.
Yeah. But like next to all of those names and those tricks, like everyone else did the sickest shit, and then me doing the
We
ugly.
haven't seen the 19. I don't know.
Yeah, true. That could yeah, I don't remember who did that.
You think anyone's got 23? Have you seen some training?
Oh, a
Stu by maybe.
maybe. I mean, I feel like Miro's got a Gotta do it someday.
right? Like I feel he's the guy, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, the 21 seems so easy for him.
And then just yeah, what's one more 180, I guess.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
mean, yeah.
that. Dude,
Yeah. I feel like he's the most comfortable in the air right now doing those tricks.
yeah, probably I'm spinning
Yeah.
because I've heard of people doing them in airbags already. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
who knows
I'm
what's
sure someone's done a 23 on airbag
oh yeah.
already.
I have friends who have.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like nothing I think they'd ever do on snow.
Yeah. Don't know.
Because you've hit the Bangor Park XL jump here.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, right? Like I don't really hit that big of a jump, but like, is there anything that's that chill? Like,
Well, not many. Maybe like the Prime Park session jump in
oh,
Dubai.
really? The one, I mean, the landing on that always freaked me out though. Like
Yeah.
that
Or
transition.
the New Zealand Big Air. I wasn't there
Oh,
this season, but those are like one of the biggest that I've jumped. But yeah, it's pretty like it doesn't feel real. The XL jump,
no, no,
that
it's
banger,
so funny.
so big, yeah.
Yeah,
And you go like in the in run, you go so slow, but then it just launches you.
yeah, it's so confusing and so big. And then you have a
Yeah,
self-driving golf cart to get to the top.
yeah,
Which is
yeah. And the in run's so long that like sometimes I don't even think about what I'm doing because I drop in and I have so much time to think in the in run
yeah,
before like
that's
actually.
funny.
Yeah.
It's like selecting trick. This one.
Yeah. True. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think maybe the Silva Plana one. The
I've
one.
never even been there. That place wasn't like on the radar as far as I can remember until we started doing World Cups a few years ago. Like I
Yeah,
never heard of it. Same with is that the same as Korvac or
yeah, same thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Park
those
looks
jumps are huge. And there's
really that's
like
where you did the 21, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest jumps I've had for sure, especially that year.
Yeah.
I think they had to make the jumps a lot smaller for the World Cup that year because they were
Oh
just too
yeah.
big.
What do you think's harder on a jump that size? The Switch 21 or like a Cork 5 blunt?
Switch 21 for sure. Then a
Yeah.
cork one, but like
Or I don't know. Is there any like you know what I mean? Like, is it hard
yeah, I know
for like
what
a
you mean
slow
for sure.
trick on like that big of a jump at that point?
Yeah, it's like it's definitely scarier to do like a zero spin than a switch 18 on a jump that
Right.
size.
I should have said Switch Zero. That's actually or
Or not switch zero.
no, dude. Switch threes freak me out too. I don't know if that's just me, but like,
Yeah,
do you do Switch
I
threes on big jumps or like
I find
that's
it easier to do corked than straight.
a cork Switch Cork three?
Yeah, I find that easier than a switch or like less scary than a switch upright three.
Bro, you must be comfortable in the switch cork threes. Because I
Yeah, I
always
mean,
feel like I'm coming ass first into the landing, like I'm gonna die until like my feet touches.
yeah,
And I'm like, oh, I
but
made it.
I don't know. It just feels like if I set it too fast, I can just always go switch chord five. But
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't. I've just maybe I've done too many switch chord fives that it just feels more comfy. And you can actually on a switch chord three, you can see where you're going pretty well. And it's like the bigger the jump is, the easier it is. It's just more scary, at least
Yeah.
for me. You just gotta stay still.
Plus, you've probably stretched enough where you can get the top of
Yeah,
your speed kind of. Yeah, I can't do that. Not even.
yeah. It's a lot harder if you're grabbing like underfoot.
Do you have to stretch a lot? Like, did you get at a point where in your, I guess you went to the ski school, right? But like, do
Yeah.
you do any like physical stuff to maintain kind of throughout, like stretching or any of that?
Yeah. Well, like every time I warm up, either for skiing or for like gym, I'm doing like some stretches. But I don't really do like long like stretching sessions ever. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty bendy in a way.
Yeah, because I've heard some stories of pro skiers who like are not at all, but it works, you know?
Yeah.
Just go for
I,
blunt every time.
yeah, true, true. I feel like every person is more stretchy in the air than like if they would try to reach their toes, it's
Yeah,
hard. But then like in the air, you kind of like swing your legs kind of, and it's easier. Like once you get the grab, it's like
true. I bet.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, that nose grab has always been just like that far away. I'm like,
No way. Maybe if you get longer skis, it's easier.
I did. That helped a lot. Yeah, I
Oh,
went up
sick.
like by 5 centimeters. It's like, oh, like it's closer. Like it's
Yeah,
not there, but like sick. Like yeah,
yeah,
maybe Opno someday.
for sure.
Um, but dude, so tell me also like about your injury. Like, how did that go down? You mentioned it earlier. Like that's your clip that went viral because that was I saw the video. It was like on a switch triple on your run.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
looked
So
like you
that was
got
in.
robbed, by the way. Like it looked like you landed perfect, and then
It was just like um the landings in Mammoth aren't the longest, and the
Mhm.
like transition from the landing to the like slope is like it's so quick that if you go a little too far, it's like almost feels like you're landing like so much further than you're actually landing.
Yeah.
And I just had too much speed, and it was like yeah, just bad luck in a way. I had a like I did a lot of laps before that, and like the speed was good. Then maybe I took a little more, or like maybe
Mhm.
the wind was a little different. Mammoth is always like during the World Cup, it's
Notorious for the
all
wind.
like yeah, so windy. But it wasn't even that bad that day. It just like yeah, just out of nowhere. Like, but I felt it instantly. Like that, like something in my knee wasn't right, and it was like I mean, I skied down with my like one ski. Then I
Mhm.
went to the emergency room, and they were like pretty sure, like yeah, you did your ACL. But then like um the the actual moment where I was like, yeah, it's actually fucked was when my coach came into the room, and I was like, I was sitting on the like um on the bed, like my feet were hanging from the like side of the bed, and my coach was just like trying to light up the mood, and like he kind of like jokingly kicked my leg, and he was like, "What up, dog?" or something, and I was like in so much pain after that. And he still feels so bad. Like I'm sure he didn't break anything. Like it was already like
It was already
fucked
gone.
at that point. But it was just it
Did he
was
kick it
so
hard
funny.
or?
No, no, not nothing bad. Just like a little tap to the ankle, or like just a light.
Yeah, like one. Yeah, one of those.
He saw me like being super bummed, like just sitting there, and he was like, "What up, man?" or something. He still feels so bad, but it's
Yeah.
so funny. But that was like the moment I knew, like, yeah, I can't even walk with this thing.
Really? So it's because I know people have like blown their ACL and kind of just like walk it off and aren't even sure.
Yeah.
I guess if
Oh,
you know, you
I
know.
knew for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did my meniscus as well, so it
What
was
is
like
doing your meniscus? Did you just like poke a hole through it pretty much or?
no, it's I think mine ripped, and they had to sew it back together
Oh, okay.
just from like the impact, like
Right.
the bones. Yeah, but like yeah, my knee was like so big after the like after 2 days. It was like not a question. Like when my doctor called me for the after the MRI. Like it wasn't a surprise to me. Like I knew it was like
Gone. Yeah.
messed up. Yeah.
So, how soon did you get the surgery? Did you do it with the swelling or?
No, no. I waited, I think, 4 weeks till the knee was a little smaller, and it was like I got the knee into a pretty good shape. Like I was biking every day like for hours and doing like gym stuff before just to get it as good as I can before the
Yeah. Like the
the
prehab.
yeah, the prehab, which felt so annoying because I knew I was gonna lose everything after the surgery anyways. But I
Yeah.
was like, it was one of the it, it for sure helped me a lot like after that I did all of that because I had a month there. I would have lost like everything there if I didn't do
Yeah,
if
you
I didn't
think
do
you
that much.
did you gain recovery time with the prehab, you think?
Oh, for sure. Like we did testing before I went, like the day before I went to the surgery, and
Mhm.
my like messed up leg was actually stronger than my like healthy leg, which was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was definitely worth it in the long term for sure. But I did lose a lot of muscle like after the surgery.
Yeah, yeah. My girlfriend got ACL surgery like a while ago now, like almost a year and a half or something, but
Oh,
like
okay.
it's still not back to like the normal size. Like I feel it takes so much work to get like the like quads, thighs, everything like back.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. For me, it was like the longest, or like physically, it didn't take too long for me to feel good, but like it was like a year and a half before like I was in the air and I actually felt like comfortable, like fully comfortable. Like I realized that, like, holy shit, like I haven't felt like this in a long time
Oh
because I
wow.
was I was still doing like jumps and like 18s that like the next season, but it was like the season after that I went back to jumping and I was like, damn, this feels like not terrifying. I didn't even realize it on the like first season I was back. I was like I was getting super nervous about if there was like a little gust of wind, I would get like nervous and like just insecure about my like skills, or like I didn't want to fall on big jumps. I did a lot of rails that season because that was where I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
Like jumping was I mean I did jump a lot and like I did some comps too that season, but I was just like, yeah, I didn't feel like myself that season.
Yeah, dude, I can only imagine. And like, I was also wondering, like, what's the process of hurting yourself abroad, especially in the US with like the cost of healthcare?
Yeah. Um it was a hassle for sure. Lucky for me, it was like my team was leaving to Finland at the same time. So I
Mhm.
flew with them. Like without them, I would have been in so much trouble. Like,
Like the next day?
yeah, I
Oh,
think so. Yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
really
Actually,
bad for the
like,
swelling? Like,
yeah, like my
so that's a
knee
long
got
flight.
so big because, like, yeah, the flight took forever to Finland, and then
Jeez.
yeah, I couldn't even walk at that point. They had to like carry me pretty much there, or like I was in a wheelchair the whole way through, and like I think my coach or like my teammates carried all my like gear and everything, but like alone that would have been a nightmare.
Did you need
For
those the shots to not get the blood clots after that
I
long of
think so, yeah. Or I took some pills for that, but
a
yeah,
hills? Nice.
I think so, yeah, like a blood thinning
Yeah, something, dude, because that's really bad. Like knee swelling fresh plus
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
essentially choking your leg out.
yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. But I got so big after that flight, like I couldn't like bend my knee at all after that.
Do you have pictures of it? Like, did you ever keep them or?
Oh yeah, yeah, I have some pictures for sure.
It's
You
like,
want me to show them right here?
dude, can't, yeah, fuck it, why
Yeah,
not?
for sure. Hold up, give me a sec. Um, and I also got like the meanest bruise like in the back of my knee,
Oh, yeah.
which was so weird.
Those
Uh,
last for a while too, like these random bruises.
yeah, yeah. Damn. You know, with the new update on the
I hate it.
iPhone,
I hate it so
so,
much. Like scrubbing through my clips as well is just fucked now. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I don't know where anything is.
yeah. I don't either. I'm trying to find because I have a folder for like
Gnarly
my
shit.
just for my knee. Okay, here we go. Found the folder. But I got like that was the back of my knee. Like
Oh yeah, that's a solid
and
bruise.
yeah, like a nasty bruise.
Yeah, it
Nasty.
looks like armpit hair almost. It's like
Yeah,
they
pretty
went.
much. Pretty much. Like that was like after the flight. You can see like the
Oh,
swelling is like all the way down there.
yeah. So your knee's probably the size of like solid like a melon, like a cantaloupe.
I'd say so. Yeah, yeah, true. And also like
It's not good.
yeah, you can see the size difference too. Like after not doing
Yeah.
any.
So it's what knee to knee comparison. You can't even see like
Yeah,
kneecaps. It's just like a straight
yeah,
like, kind of. It's
yeah.
pretty nuts.
But
So what's
we're back,
huh?
we're back. The knee's doing good.
Fuck yeah, it is, dude. That's sick. And like, what's going through your head at that point when you blew your knee, like with your ski career and everything? Were you kind of like, because obviously Armada, you were mentioning it just came through, so I
Mhm.
bet you were more stoked than anything. But like, what was your mindset?
Oh, I was so yeah, I was for sure like depressed for a while there. Like it was such a big hit for me. And like watching everyone like because the world doesn't stop for me or for anyone. It was just like I don't know. I went to like a super dark place for sure, and I would like isolate myself from anyone else. Like I would only talk to like a couple of my friends and just my coach, and like work out like 9 to 11 times a week, and like not drink at all or like only eat like healthy and it was I mean it was good for the knee but I was having the worst time of my life like during that time for
Yeah,
sure.
that sucks, dude. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, all good, but it was kind of like good that it happened because like after that I appreciated skiing and like how I can live way more and like how nice it is. And yeah, yeah. But it was like full on gym grind that summer. And then the season after, I got back to skiing when the season started, which was pretty good. So
Where
it
were
was like,
the Olympics at that point? Was that like coming into an Olympic year or?
yeah. So the Olympics were on February, and I did my knee like on January. So it was like right before.
Were you meant to go?
I wasn't sure at that point, but it looked like I was gonna be.
Because Finland only gets one spot or something, right?
Yeah, I think for that we got one spot. And then when I got hurt, and Elias was hurt at that time, so
Yeah.
it would Yeah. So Simo went that
Yeah,
year,
Simo went. Yeah.
which was amazing to see. But I was so happy to see like my friend ski there.
Landing on one leg.
Yeah, that
Right.
was dope though. That was
Yeah.
so nice. Like Simo's the perfect guy to represent Finland in
Yeah.
the Olympics.
No, he's a
Yeah.
good homie here in Innsbruck. Like I see him all the
Oh,
time.
for sure. Yeah, he was in Ruka actually like a couple weeks ago. Came to Finland for the holidays.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he figured out his army stuff, but I feel like gone for a year or less.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the army uh like 2 years ago, or like not the previous summer but the one
Yeah.
before. Yeah. It
Mm.
was so funny to see him in the army, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
I think he
wish
had a shaved head when he came back too.
yeah. I wish I did the army at the same time as him, but I went before.
How long is your army in Finland? Like, how long did you have to do?
Me and Simo did 6 months. It's either 6 months or 12, and they kind of decide it. But yeah, we got lucky.
Do you have to do the rehearsals like every year, like in Switzerland? Like,
Um,
3 weeks a year, you go back to the army just to.
no, I haven't done it. I did it in 2020, and I like no one's asked me to go there after. But I feel like because we did the sports military, I think that's kind of like a common thing that we don't get like asked to be in the rehearsals or something
Okay.
like that. Maybe I get an invite there soon, but I don't know. I haven't. I don't know anyone who's been to the rehearsal from like my friends. So I'm not
It's like
like
it's such a common thing to have to do in Switzerland, like pain in the ass.
yeah. I heard they like the army pays some athletes, like some countries' athletes too. Like after, like if you do the army, you get like funding for your sport even.
Oh, really? I don't know,
Yeah.
because there's some like army hacks. Like if you want a free driver's license for trucks, just do trucks. Or if you want a free German Shepherd, you can do like the dog thing.
No way.
Yeah, there's some of those. Like you just get a lot of like perks, pretty much,
Yeah,
in the army.
true. I think you can do the truck license here as well. But
Hmm.
I haven't heard of a free dog. That
Yeah,
sounds
you
sick.
get the free dog here, but you have to keep the dog. And
But that's even better.
do you know how drug dogs work?
Not really. No.
So essentially, like they'll find these hyperactive dogs in a litter that are kind of like on a spectrum. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're a little special, and they're a little
Yeah.
special because they get really, really excited about their toys. They
Yeah.
just care about toys. They're kind of blind to everything else.
Oh, geez.
So they're not the smartest dogs, right? So you take those dogs and you just give them a toy that they fall in love with, and then you just make the toy smell like weed. And so now they're like obsessed with this toy that smells like weed. And then
No way.
a bomb or whatever it is, right? And then we take them to airports and they're like, "Where's my toy? Where's my toy?" And they're like, "It's called the
No
ADHD
way.
dogs." And so they need
What?
a toy, and it's instead they find bombs or like weed or whatever.
Damn. I did not know
When
that.
you have a German Shepherd who's like weird like that and hyperactive, I would not want to have that in my apartment. Like I hope
Yeah.
you have a nice house with a yard or something.
Yeah. Damn. I just assumed they were like highly trained dogs for that
No, no,
con.
they're on the spectrum.
Okay. Damn.
Someone will
But
have to fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
hey, a free dog is a free dog.
I say you can go to a shelter and get a free dog too.
That's true. Yeah. I'm not ready for a dog yet. Never home.
No way, no, me neither. Well, do you have like a good like social life with the pro ski career? Like how does that work out compared to your friends who maybe just like live in Helsinki and kind of do their 9 to 5 or whatever?
It it's like it's kind of like Oh, it was good. Like now, when I was in my parents' place, I saw some like old friends of mine, and it was kind of like, oh, it was so nice to see you. Maybe see you again, like after a year, kind of thing. It's like nice to see everyone for sure, but yeah, I don't see them like even close to enough. And my parents too. Like I never see them, or like I see them every chance I get, but it's not enough because like they live super far north, and you don't you don't just happen to be there, you know. But mostly like just texting and calling, and I see my Helsinki friends more because I'm like I usually fly through Helsinki, so I
Yeah,
get to spend a night or two here before, you know. But
right.
like yeah, like after October, this is my this is gonna be my third night uh spending at my place in Helsinki because I've been just on the road the whole time.
That's nuts. You're paying rent there the whole time?
Yep.
No Airbnbs or anything?
No, no, it's just a warehouse for me at this point. Like there's just like boxes like full of like different delivery things like new clothes or skis or whatever
Mm.
just laying here. And I'm just like switching gears like between flights pretty much every time I come here. But I during the summer I get to spend more time here, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I bet. Well, dude, if you ever need a subletter,
True, yeah. Yeah, you should
different
you should
conversation, different conversation.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
So I guess are like most of your closest homies just like World Cup people at this point, or like people you see kind of on
Yeah.
the ski circuit?
Yeah, I have a lot of homies in Ruka where we like because when we're in Finland, we usually go to Ruka to train with the team, but it's like super low key and just pretty much ski. So it's nice to see those friends there, and those friends are the people I see the most, I'd say.
Mhm.
But like, we're super close with the team, and like, we're all friends. So it's like, it's nice to travel with them too, and like
Yeah,
ski with them in Ruka, even though it's not like a national team camp or whatever. Yeah,
right
but
on.
like it's a lot of different friend groups depending where I am. You know, like in Helsinki, I have different friends, and in my hometown, I have different friends, and then the
Yeah.
team, Ruka friends, and
Do you
yeah.
ever feel like that gets lonely or like weighing on you with the pro ski career and just having to travel so much? Or
Mm,
is it like still like all a party and dope or
it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Not
it
gonna, or
sounds
like,
dope, don't get me wrong, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's like I don't feel lonely at all because I'm like always surrounded by people I care about. But
Mm.
it's more like I just feel bad for not contacting my like good friends or my family enough, you know.
Yeah.
Like just seeing them like a couple times a year, or like some friends even like once every 3 years or something.
Yeah. Dude, I
Yeah,
bet. Wait,
yeah.
how's the dating scene at that point then? Do you just like, is it all like, do pro skiers like intermingle a lot? I bet they do.
Dude, I don't know. It's not going too well for me.
Oh no.
Just focusing on skiing right now.
Yeah, because like, how do you date people as a pro skier? Like seasonally, I guess, right? Just like summers, if you're back, just
Yeah,
rip
it's
Tinder to shreds and
nah, that's not for me. It's yeah, it's definitely hard. Or like I feel like I care about skiing too much to be involved right now, almost. Or like
Yeah,
too
but like
much.
one-offs or like or stuff like that, like
Wait, what do you mean?
I guess like you can't go to a bar and get fucked up or like try to pick someone up.
Yeah,
'Cause you probably have a World Cup the next day or something.
yeah, yeah.
It's kind of rough.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't mind it at all. Or like, it's pretty nice to just travel and you know, I like to be by myself a lot too when I can.
Yeah, bet.
Uh,
Plus you have skiing and homies, so like
yeah,
that
oh, def-
definitely pulls through.
for sure, for sure.
But yeah, I've always wondered how that worked out with like the pro circuit thing. Because I'm like, because the men's and women's are always in the same place, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I guess that's something.
I mean, some people make it work for sure, but I feel like when I ski, I can't focus on anything else, or when I'm on a ski trip, I can't focus on anything else than skiing, pretty much.
Yeah,
Which is
I bet.
yeah.
To bring that back to the injury, like when you had all those months off, did you pick up some like weird, like start Rubik's cubing or something like that?
I I tried to learn how to play the guitar and like
Okay.
do and stuff like that, but it was I was my days would be like wake up, eat, then do like a 2 hour training session, then eat again, chill a little, and then do another 2 hours of training. It was like it was so boring too. I did nothing else the whole summer. I didn't do
Really?
anything else but like train. And it,
Yeah.
it was so funny, like in October when I started skiing again, I was like, it was so crazy to see, or like, I realized that I was so like bummed the whole summer because that was like October was the first time I actually had fun because I got to ski again and hang out with my friends more and like
Yeah. Well, that summer you didn't do anything because I feel your knee
well,
kind of works at that 6 month mark, right? Like,
yeah, well, I did like I saw friends and stuff like that, but like in my head I was like I'm not gonna let anything, like I just went into like a full on grind mode
yeah, I
that
can imagine.
that summer, and I just like blocked everything, and I didn't go to any parties or like anything because I was just like gonna get a good night's sleep and then train twice tomorrow too, and I was like, it wasn't healthy for sure, or like mentally healthy. It was I mean my knee got super good, but I was like miserable that whole time for sure. I
Yeah.
could have enjoyed life more during that time.
Well, you're back now, dude. That's all that matters.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What about the
sir.
documentary? Did that come about kind of, or the film, I guess it's
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah, I
That
was
was
like,
super sick, by the way, dude. Also, big ups. Like, I was so
thank you.
stoked when that came out. It's like, yes, like you made it back.
Yeah.
Like cork
Thank you.
in, cork out of a rail, sick. Like big ups. The
Yeah, it was
sledge
like,
double front flip, nuts as well.
thank you. Thank you. It was, yeah, it was pretty easy to do with like, I love working with R2. And he was like, he's so on it. Like, I've never met anyone who's as on it because, like, I've been even filming like foray stuff and Armada movie stuff last year and this year with R2, and he's like always so on it. Like he's the only guy who, like, no matter how late you come from like filming, he puts the clips you got that day to the timeline and does like colors and everything the same day, and then like he can drop you the clips the same night if you want them. And it was like it was mostly just me and R2, like especially the skiing clips was like just me and R2 skiing together, and like we went to Rick's, just the two of us too, and it was like pretty nice. It was like more building for us because it was only the like two people shoveling, but it was like we made it work for sure, and it was like it definitely made me want to do more stuff with him in the future, which I'm happy is that's happening right now.
That's sick. It's cool you have that relationship with the filmer where it's just like you two against the world, kind of like super
Yeah,
cool event to pull through.
yeah. It was so, and it was like the first time that I ever filmed with like just one person,
Hmm.
which was super interesting. Is usually when you film, there's like a lot of different people wanting to be filmed too, and there's like a big
Yeah.
crew. That's super nice too. Don't get me wrong, but it was different for sure. And it was
Yeah.
just like me and R2 like cooking in Rick's Cranston, where like no one knew we were there, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's sick.
super.
It's probably cool because you get more camera time and like opportunities, but at the same time, you probably like have more pressure because you're like, fuck, if I don't land this, like,
Yeah,
how's this? You know?
it was definitely
I've been sitting in
more.
the cold. Like,
Yeah, I was putting more pressure like on myself, definitely, because I knew if I didn't get the clip today, like we didn't have anything to show, you know. And, like it was way more building because it was just the two of us. So like I was like so goddamn tired after that trip too, because I was like we would shovel for like 4 to 6 hours a day, and then ski the same day and ski the next day, and then shovel after we got a clip from the previous spot. And it was just like we had to do everything just the two of us, which was like
oh,
so hard to get like
yeah,
a bunch of clips in a short time.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Dude, at least you didn't have it like in the good old days where it's like some helicopter with a $20,000 camera. And it's like,
true.
hey, you get 3 hits. Like,
Yeah,
make it look
yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, maybe one day, but like I need to get better at skiing first, so I won't mess those shots up. You
Just
know.
get a drone, mess up as much as you need. Those days are long gone, thankfully.
Yeah, true, true. But
Well,
yeah,
dude, looking forward. What you got cooking? So, I guess this season, lots of comps, and then
yeah, yeah.
some.
Like besides the comps, I wanna focus on. Well, Armada is making a team movie, which is a 2 year movie.
Sick.
So it's second year, last year for that, and Fora is doing the same thing, 2 year project.
Mm-hmm.
That I filmed a lot for both of them last winter. I definitely wanna step it up a notch, and I have like a bunch of different spots in mind in Helsinki and like northern Finland and Ricks and Mount Hood, and
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely want to like put my best effort to those. But for now, it's like I'm probably gonna squeeze like a one longer street trip during the comp season, but it's mostly after the comps are done because it's kind of like non-stop, like comp after comp
Yeah.
from like tomorrow to like May almost, or like the end of March. So it's like it's so hard to squeeze anything in between those. But any chance I get, I'm gonna message Artu and just like try to stack not try to stack as much clips as possible, because I got a decent amount of shots. It's more like every shot I'm planning to do this season is gonna bump something from last year off the movie, probably, which is kind of a good place to be in,
Oh.
you know, because it's like,
Yeah, though you definitely have something kind of.
yeah, you don't have to stress about like whether you're gonna end up with nothing, you know, so you can like spend more time in like one spot and make it like truly special. And like I haven't hit street that much before. Like last season was my first proper like street grind too, like couple weeks like spot after spot, and I definitely learned a lot there that like, yeah, stoked on stepping it up this year for sure. But
Dude, top three street insights in Helsinki for a noob that you learned. What have you got?
um your plan doesn't ever or almost never works out the way you want it to work, and like a fixed trick for a certain spot is a bad idea.
Mhm.
Easily it's like the spot's different than you think it's gonna be. That was my first thing. Like I would get so pissed that my like first idea didn't work, or like I would set
Yeah.
the bar way too high, because it's like it's so much harder and there's like so much more that goes into a spot. And then the second thing was like sometimes the like simpler things look the best.
Hmm.
Like sometimes it's more about the spot than the trick too, which is like I'm still trying to wrap my head around that, because I'm like
That's good to
I'm
know.
always, yeah, I'm always thinking about like what's the sickest thing I could do here. There's also like how like it's more like what's the, I guess I want to hit like pretty spots too, or like beautiful, like showcase like nice places too, or like
Dude,
not
yeah,
just do the gnarliest trick on a normal DFD like
I
somewhere.
love seeing more of that too, and you don't see it a lot. I think
Mm,
like Hackle in his real ski that second year, like there's a lot
yeah,
of emphasis on that, and it was sick, like so
yeah,
nice.
definitely, and that's the plan. And like I feel like R2's filming works so well too, with like because he films in such a beautiful way, in my opinion. And he's like perfect for those type of spots where the spot itself it's like super aesthetic or like pretty looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that's for sure my plan for this year too. And like just I learned it the hard way to like see which spots are actually worth the try, because I was kind of like thinking only thinking about the outcome, like if I make it it would be sick, but like later looking back at it, like I almost broke my arm last season pretty bad, and then I dislocated my shoulder later that season,
In the
and both
streets.
of those, yeah, both in street, and it was like, both of those spots were like so dumb, like looking back at them, like it was like, yeah, sure, it would have been cool if that like happened, but one of them is actually in my Instagram. I'm not gonna go back to that spot. Well, never say never, but you can see the crash where I dislocated my shoulder too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have the videos? Like that'll
Yeah,
be top view on social media. Yay.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But those spots were like there were things that could go wrong even if I did everything right,
Hmm.
which is like kind of like, is it worth it? You know,
It's pretty gnarly,
especially,
yeah.
yeah, because you can hit gnarly spots too with like you being on the like in the driver's seat more.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
that's,
I know what you
you
mean.
know, like it. Yeah, and that's something I definitely want to do. Like I want to hit gnarly spots, but like I don't want the spot to be like I don't want luck to be that big of a factor when it comes to the spot, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether I get hurt or not, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Especially if you
Yeah.
got comp skiing going as well. Like, are you
Yeah.
still stoked on comp skiing for the next few years?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I
And
feel
that's
you've been
like
on a tear, so like, might as well.
huh?
I was saying how you've been on a tear, so like, might as well.
Yeah, yeah. I love comp skiing for sure.
Hell
It's
yeah.
just like this year is the most hectic like so far just
Hmm.
because of the Olympics and everything. But it's definitely something I want to do. But probably after the Olympics I'm gonna try to film more in between like comps and because it's gonna be a lot less hectic and like filming is like as big for me as competition and like I feel like I haven't made like a full part which I'm like fully or like I don't think I've put my best skiing out there yet in
Hmm.
a like a an actual part and I feel like there's a lot more to be given in that like area.
Right on.
Mm,
Dude, wait, that reminds me of one thing I definitely have to ask you before we hop off at all. Speaking
for
of
sure.
parts, Tom,
Yeah.
biggest inspiration of skiing, right? For you, or and then, or not biggest, but big inspiration in skiing. His
Yeah.
big thing was super unknown. You
Yeah.
somehow get a super unknown final with only vertical clips, which I thought was so gas. Like,
Yeah, that was a while back.
yeah,
I
what's the story behind all that, or like how'd that all come together? And then what the hell happened to the finals? Like, because you never went.
oh yeah, COVID happened,
I
dude.
mean, yeah, but like, how did that all go down?
Yeah, so the year I might get the year wrong. That year where I got picked as a finalist. Well, it had to be 2020 because COVID happened, right? Yeah. Yeah. So they couldn't or they invited a bunch of like European riders too, but then yeah, COVID happened and then they were like, yeah, you can come here, but you have to do the quarantine in like Mexico or whatever, or like I was like, yeah, I'm not doing
Mexico's
that.
awesome.
Or
I
like,
lived there during the pandemic. It was brutal.
I'm sure it would have been, but I knew no one there, and it was like, I think they understood that no one was coming, so they that year they only did like people from the states, and then the next year I was like, because I think they messaged us after saying like you should submit like next year as well, like we're gonna um probably like pick you guys or I don't know how it went.
They made you resubmit Super Unknown.
I think so. I think so. But it was like I thought it was kind of fair or like it wasn't their fault. And then that year I did my knee because it was like the 2021 season was when COVID happened and then 21-22 season I did my knee. And then the next year I was like, okay, finally, like I'm gonna submit another video. But like Super Unknown is like the whole point of it is skiers who are good and not getting any financial support.
Oh, they
And
put you in the pro bucket?
I kind of knew that like it was a long shot for me making it at that point, but I was like, there's like I can't lose anything by like submitting a video there. And then yeah, like when I submitted it, it was like yeah, we can't really like they told me what I expected pretty much. Like we can't really put you on the super unknown, but that year they were inviting like pro skiers as well there because
Yeah.
it was the 20th super unknown, which was like for me it was like the dream, like no pressure at all, just ski and film for a week. It was like awesome. And then that year turned out to be the greatest, like super unknown park setup or like vibe. Well, I wasn't in the previous ones, but
Yeah.
it's like it was like next level to the previous years. It was like the best week ever, and we got the best weather too. Like every day was like perfect
Sick.
bluebird and like so warm.
Is that
But
the one
yeah,
that Nickel won?
yeah, that was the first year, and then last winter I got to go back there, and it was like as good as before, if like not better. It was like it's the like those 2 weeks were probably the most fun like I've ever like had pretty much. It was like yeah, the park is like perfect. It's like my favorite. Like I've been to Kimbo once like last year and it was so like insanely nice too. But they're so different in a way. Like the Kimbo Park had more like different transitions and like snow features,
Mhm.
whereas Super Unknown was more like rails and some knuckles and like different park features. It's hard to like compare them. Both are like amazing, but like yeah, definitely. I don't think I've ever skied as much in a week than like both of those like weeks.
Hell yeah. I
So
mean, the Kimbo week looks crazy too, because it looks like you can just ski for like 14 hours a day or something.
yeah, yeah, it's insane. And you start skiing so late too. Like people would like pull up to the park at like 1 or 2, like
Yeah,
1
love that.
p.m. and then like go home at like 11 and do the same thing again. And it's just like it's it's the best thing skiing has to offer right now, for sure. Like both of those. I
Nice.
feel like level one is like American Kimbo in a way.
Oh, it's funny. I never thought of that comparison. Like,
Yeah.
are the vibes pretty similar too, like with the riders and everything, or
Yeah, like fairly similar for sure. It's like at least for me because I'm not competing in the super unknown like competition. I'm just like skiing and filming there.
yeah,
It's like it's yeah. I'd say it's pretty similar, but one thing that's different is like in Clappen where Kimbo happens, you can see the whole park from the top. So people are like lined up at the top of the park, like eating food or having like water or whatever, and they can see the whole park and everyone like skiing there. Whereas
yeah.
in Super Unknown, the park is so long. Like you take this long ass um, chairlift up and
You miss so much,
like
probably.
you miss so much. So the recap video, they just put out another recap. So
I
it's like
saw that a few days
amazing.
ago.
Yeah, it's amazing to see those because you like I realized how much I missed that week from like every skier. Luckily,
That's
there's so many filmers in that park, like filming constantly. Because like I missed so much, and there was like people I didn't see the whole day just because the lap is so long, and we were in
yeah,
a different lap.
right
Yeah,
on. That's
but
sick.
yeah, those 2 weeks are the best thing in skiing, in my opinion. Or like the funnest weeks ever. Like yeah, hopefully hopefully I can ski some more there in the
Yeah,
future too.
Bet. So it sounds like you're not bitter about like not getting the opportunity to become like a super unknown. Like,
No, no.
no.
It was like shit happens, and I've gotten two opportunities to go and shred there.
Yeah,
Like they didn't have to do that. It was like such a nice thing for them to do, and it's like they're putting so much effort into like funding the whole thing, because it's
yeah,
like an amazing park, and there's like 80 different skiers like skiing the park, and it's like a full-on private park, even though the like ski lifts are open, so it's not like an easy thing. And to book
yeah.
an like they I believe they booked a whole like floor from the hotel in Mammoth too, just for
They
us.
put
And
you up
like,
in Mammoth too. That's great. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it was like they're doing so much for us, and it's just like nothing but good things.
Yeah, dude. Big
Uh,
ups level one for that because like watching it is also really dope.
yeah, they're huge for skiing, definitely. Yeah,
But yeah, dude, I mean, remember the like it's cool that these two exist and like I'm glad they're there as like these private park shoots, but I think like 10, 15 years ago, that's pretty much the norm or even earlier.
mhm.
Remember the super park concepts where it's like,
Yeah,
hey, build the biggest, gnarliest shit you can
yeah,
think of and like
yeah,
put some guys on it, get a film crew there, like Oakley's paying for it, don't worry about it, and just fucking
yeah,
do it.
yeah. It was next level back in the day for sure.
Oh yeah, some stupid big stuff that should have never
Yeah,
existed.
yeah, and the jumps were like so not safe too.
No, bro.
Like buildings.
You seen that Candide clip of him in Mammoth doing the cork five where he shoots up
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
20,
so.
30
Yeah,
meters in the air? Like it
yeah.
was like,
So insane.
it's yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Like the height of the jump was like triple the landing space.
Yeah,
It
dude,
was nuts.
dude. Yeah, it's like make it or die spots, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, recipes to those days. The clips are so good to see if you can find
yeah,
those.
yeah. I would not want to speed check those jumps that they built back in the days.
Yeah, dude, that was the beauty of it too. Like there was no science, man. It's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
who's going?
yeah.
Good luck.
Ah, so insane, so insane.
Yeah. Well,
Damn.
dude, I guess we'll wrap it up there. I mean, any shout outs, any, I don't know, anything?
um,
200 minutes in. I
200 minutes. Damn,
think so.
that was fast, or that
Yeah,
felt
dude.
fast. At least I don't know.
No, I mean, same here for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Dinner plans are long gone.
Oh, true. Yeah. What?
It's okay.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you missed your dinner.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
No. Yeah. Shout out. There's so many people to shout out. So I don't know. Shout out to Plankers for letting me be here. Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
on.
It was great. And are you in Austria still for the like next week?
Dude, I live here. I'm not moving.
You should come by the city Big Air if you have the chance.
There's City Big Air here?
Yeah, it's in Klagenfurt. That's the first one.
Oh, different city.
Yeah, not there, not
I
there.
was like, whoa, there's something happening in
But
like here and I'm
you
missing
were
it.
just talking about how great the trains were, so you might as well.
Dude, I still have some American at heart. I just drive everywhere.
Oh, okay, okay. Sick, sick.
Yeah, but maybe it could be a vibe. I kind of like tweaked my leg recently, so kind of like taking it easy.
Yeah, yeah. Sick.
But yeah, you got any secret like back pocket tricks you're gonna drop? I'm not dropping
Um,
the podcast until January for what it's worth. Yeah, just like big air, like
oh, Big Air. Um, nothing that I'm for sure doing, but I'm probably gonna try. Hold up, I can show you because I did like a switch. I've done some switched up blender switched up Misty 10s with blunt, and I would like to
I saw that
like
one at Shore that you did.
I would like to bring that to 7, but it can also be not as cool as I think it would be, you know.
Does it look like a switch double backflip at that point, or is it kind
That's
of?
what I'm worried about. Yeah, yeah.
Did you see that
That,
video of Noah Albaladejo from years ago where someone dug it up and there was a big competition to figure out who did the first Switch Dub 7, like at some
yeah.
point on in the free ski internet world. And someone
Mm.
dug up a clip of Noah, who everyone thinks just does land holding tricks. Get your facts straight. Like Noah's out of this world. But he was in 2010, he did a Switch Dub 7 blunt. And that was like the first
What?
one that anyone, yeah, and it was like a rant, like no one had ever seen this clip. They didn't use it in a movie. It was like on Vimeo
What?
or something. Yeah,
No
bro, I
way.
don't know how the fuck to find this right now, but it's out there. I've
No
seen.
way.
Yeah, and
Do
it
you
was that
know
way.
where it is?
Oh, dude. Oh, wait. I
Damn.
can Google
I
that
would
while
love to see that.
recording. But it was at some park shoot somewhere in the US.
Mm.
Um, I don't know, man. Noah Alba. I'm sure you could just DM him and ask, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you
Damn.
got that clip?
I should. Yeah. I think I'm gonna.
You just Google
Damn.
it? No, dude, Googling Noah Albaladejo just pulls up freaking. Oh, wait. You can Google it, actually. It's really easy to find.
It's so
But it's
crazy
in
how
Houston or
people
something.
only remember or like only say Noah's doing the land holding safety slides. Like people forget how insane Noah is.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
he's
dude, I found it here. Yeah, I was right. It's an obscure Vimeo clip in the Newsglers thread, dude.
sick.
Wait, dude, I think I can just show it to you like this, right? Like, does that? Oh, fuck. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna send this to you later.
Oh yeah,
But it's
definitely.
oh, you know what? This one's with safety, but he did it with blunt at some point too.
Wow,
Anyway,
it's crazy.
yeah, dude. I don't even know what year this is from. 13 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
Shout out Noah.
Shout out,
Well, dude. Hell yeah.
dude.
We'll
Hell
cut it there. I'll say on, but to the people, goodbye.
yeah.
Thanks for listening. Till next time.
Sick.